is ready, and the righty on a 2-2 is swinging another. Herrera here, the pitch. There's a strike, 3-1. So that's in addition to his slider, but we'll see how many times he throws his traditional slider. Here's the pitch. There's a strike, 3-2. Finding more and more that it's in place of. So just kind of making the slider a little bit bigger now, as it were. Herrera tried to call timeout. Yep, and Las Diaz just said, I forgot that he didn't have a timeout. It's on me. That's what Las Diaz said. And he made him get back in the box. And then Donnie Kelly took umbrage to that, of course. Here's the pitch. And that's all right. And he could not hold up on that slider. There's the more traditional slider from Chandler. And he gets a second strikeout in a row. That was a little shorter than the newer one. So just throttling the pitch and getting the swing.
I think Herrera was trying to claim that ball bounced because it was maybe a foul tip. Or maybe he was saying he foul tipped it, but it didn't matter anyway because it didn't bounce.
Here's a soft bouncing ball to first base. Scooped by Horwitz, flipped to Chandler, and he's out of the first inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And the Pirates come to bat against Andre Palante when we return right here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Looking for extra power?
Coppers.
Need someone to bring the heat?
Coppers.
How about calling up the right player at the right time? When it comes to a great utility player, you need someone who can play lots of roles. Luckily, in Pittsburgh, you can always call on Coppers. That's because we protect and preserve critical infrastructure that supports utilities around the country. Power, reliability, connection, speed. We're your ultimate utility player.
Coppers, you're up.
Protecting what matters. Preserving the future. Coppers.
Can you see yourself in the seat of a tower crane, changing the city skyline, hanging off a cliff, constructing a natural gas pipeline, knocking down to make way for sustainability in our region? We are asked to weather the harshest conditions and push our powerful machines to the max. We are trained for the extreme and master skills unlike any other trade. We are the Operating Engineers Local 66. Are you up for the challenge? Find your future with us at iuoe66.org.
Bucco fans, did you know you can save on tickets all season long with our Giant Eagle Loyalty Card offer? Loyalty card holders can enjoy discounted tickets for lower and upper level seats at select home games. Visit pirates.com/loyalty card for details.
A good batting order makes all the difference. You start strong, maybe with a breakfast burrito to get you going. Then you bring in some power, like a MTO Homestyle Chicken Sub. And when it's time to shut it down, that's milkshake territory. No debate. Because when you line things up right, even an ordinary day can feel like a win. Sheetz, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
O'Neal Cruz will lead it off for the Pirates as they come to bat in the first inning against the Cardinals right-hander Andre Palante.
Yep, job one, and I think we'll find out right away, is get him in the air. See what O'Neal can do here.
He homered last night. He's hit 9, one shy of the National League lead. Facing the right-handed sinker baller Palante, he offers and drives one just beneath the zone for ball 1. Kind of a catapulting delivery for the 27-year-old out of UC Irvine. And the pitch swung through and missed on a high fastball, 1-1.
That come flying off on that one. Big swing.
Well, against lefty pitchers, seems a lot more under control and has had better success against lefties this year than he has righties. Here's the 1-1, and it's inside 2-1. And one of the things that try to carry over against right-handed pitchers is that same measured approach at the plate because the power is still there. He's hit 4 home runs against lefties, 5 against righties. Yeah, the 2-1. Swinging a foul. He doesn't need that extra oomph in his swing to hit the ball out of the ballpark. 2-2 on Cruz. Leading things off here. No score in the first. And the pitch from Palante. Swinging a jam shot foul ball left side. Ball ended up near the rolled up tarp despite getting way down in the handle. On that fastball at 95 from Palante.
So leave that tarp right there too. Got all the action earlier today. Doesn't need to. He just needs to take a nap now.
And that's down low, 3-2. Here's the set by Palante, and the payoff coming. Cruz grounds it on to third, and Urias playing there tonight. One hop throw over, and he's called out on a close play. Pirates will consider looking this one over. Urias, who won a Gold Glove a few years ago, kind of chunked that ball over there, but Cruz is out on a bang-bang play, one away. The Cardinals,
the best sinker of this inning. Threw over there.
Yeah.
I mean, that ball just went straight down.
Yeah. So 1 out for Brandon Lau, the lefty batter. He's hit 7 out of the ballpark this year. 242 hitter. Here's the pitch from Palante. A little bit high for ball 1. That went up to 96. The Cardinals in the field. Church, Scott, Walker, left to right in the outfield. Urias, Wynn, the reigning Gold Glover at short. Weatherholt and Berleson in the infield for the Cardinals. And Ivan Herrera accepts that strike in there. 1-1 now. And keep in mind tonight, Herrera doing the catching the last 3 years combined, including this one. He's caught 2 of the 79 attempted base stealers. By far the lowest caught stealing rate among all catchers. Lau out toward right, toward the wall. It'll bang high off of it. Rebounded by Walker. His good throw right on target, but not held onto by the shortstop. And so Lau is in there with a 1-out double.
No, that was an excellent throw into second base. Kind of made the play off the wall, I thought, by accident. Because he got trapped a little too close to the wall, but he lucked out on the bounce, and it came right to him, and then he put a strong throw to second.
He's got a great arm and leads baseball with 4 outfield assists, almost had his 5th.
Yeah, if the ball would have been handled cleanly at second base, that would have been a bang-bang play.
Lau continues his outstanding hitting against right-handed pitching. Here's Brian Reynolds, switch hitter, batting left. And he sees strike 1 on that sinker in there from Palante. Lau came into tonight 4th highest OPS against righty pitching in all of baseball. And an 0-1. Tried the outer edge, missed, but Herrera will challenge.
In the ball call.
And that's Las Diaz, the crew chief, working the plate tonight. Our first ABS challenge. Herrera didn't think it was a ball. And he's right.
Yeah, good solid strike.
So Reynolds is now down 0-2. Cardinals still have their 2 challenges. Reynolds at 245 with 3 home runs. Lau's at second with 1 out. And an 0-2. Swinging a ground ball towards second. Weatherholt has it and on to first for the out. Lau takes third. 2 are gone, and Ryan O'Hearn is coming up. The rest of the umpiring crew tonight: Brian O'Nora, Youngstown zone. He's at first base. Chris Siegel is at second base. Eric Backus umpires at third. And O'Hearn drove in 3 last night and homered. He has really hit well in this ballpark, and that dates back to a few games as a visitor. The pitch to him, and there's a strike. So prior to tonight, he has played 19 games in this ballpark. He's hit .333 here, 5 homers and 15 RBIs in those 19 career games at PNC Park for Ryan O'Hearn. 0-1 pitch and a curveball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's the 8th highest OPS for anyone with as many plate appearances. Still not that much, but in that short period of time, he has been outstanding. Ball and a strike on O'Hearn. And the pitch to him. Floats another curve, this time outside. 2-1. He's driven in 10 of his 20 runs after 2 were out in the inning. And he's got Lau at third with 2 away here. No score, first inning. 2-1 from Palante. Inside missing with the fastball. 3-1. It would be Ozuna next. The set and the 3-1. O'Hearn swings through a slider, 3-2. Now Palante this year added a split-fingered pitch, which he did not throw in years past. See how he uses that. The Pirates have 5 that will bat left-handed against him tonight. Lau a big lead off third. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball hit to second base, and Weatherholt on to first for the final out. Pirates strand a man. We're through 1. No score here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Hey, Nick York here. From the stands, people see the highlights. Home runs, stolen bases, diving catches. What they don't see is the preparation to be ready for the unexpected. That's how I look at my car too. Repairs can hit out of nowhere, and they're not cheap. With CarShield, you get the best defense against costly repairs. When something goes wrong, you're not scrambling. You've got a plan, a CarShield plan.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Food insecurity is something nobody should experience. That's why Edgar Snyder and Associates will donate $50 to the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank for every Pirates double play this season. To learn more and see how you can help double down on food insecurity, visit edgarsnyder.com.
The Pirates and PNC are going to bat for local small businesses by highlighting a different business each month. This month, the spotlight is on Swing City Sports. Take your game to the next level at Swing City Sports, Moon Township's premier baseball and softball training facility. They offer private lessons, pitching and catching clinics, cage rentals, full facility rentals, and summer camps. Swing City Sports, where players put in the work and see real results. To learn more, visit swingcitysports.com.
As the official bank of the Pittsburgh Pirates, PNC knows that everyone gets excited about different parts of baseball. Some fans love home runs. PNC likes a well-executed sacrifice bunt. Others love sliding catches. PNC prefers pop-ups caught with 2 hands. But everyone loves getting discounts on tickets and merchandise with the Pittsburgh Pirates PNC Bank Visa debit card. Learn more at pnc.com/Pirates card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and used under license.
Second inning, no score. We'll pause 10 for an ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Jordan Walker will lead it off for St. Louis. And he swings and fouls it straight back, strike 1. Bubba Chandler, a 1-2-3 first inning with a pair of strikeouts. Walker hitting at .283, 8 home runs. He's driven in 19. Big, tall, right-handed batter. The pitch and a strike on a fastball in there, 0-2. Donnie Kelly was talking about that today, about how Chandler has that high-spin fastball that rides, but it can also be an advantage at the bottom of the zone, too. Hitters will give up on it, thinking it will sink beneath the zone. 2 strikes, and here it is. Swinging a foul. 99 miles an hour. Both of these players are 23 years old. Walker is in his 4th major league season now. Drove in 3 yesterday.
It's weird to think about that. We'll be saying that about Griffin one of these days.
Yeah. Here's an 0-2, and it's just off the plate away with the slider, 1-2. Griffin yesterday homered here, became the 2nd youngest player ever to hit a home run at PNC Park. The only younger was Juan Soto of the Nationals when he was a teenager. 1-2, swinging a foul back. You look at Soto now, he's what, 27 in his 9th season. One and two on Walker. Gorman and then Wynn, middle of the order for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, let up on him, and he was way out in front of that 92-mile-per-hour changeup. 1 out.
Seems like an awfully hard changeup. 92. But, he's throwing 97 to 100 pretty much every fastball tonight. So that is that's what they call it. It's a change of pace. So when you look at it like that, makes a lot of sense. There's already, down to 92.
First one over below, ball 1 on that changeup to the lefty batting Nolan Gorman. And he'll throw the changeup to right-handed batters, as evidenced right there. A 1-0 to the lefty. Gorman, who homered yesterday, checked his swing on a fastball up high. It's 2-0. Scoreless game. Cardinals batting in the 2nd. Bubba Chandler ready. His 2-0 pitch. A little bit up. 3-0. Now he was behind 3-0 on Herrera in the 1st inning and came back to strike him out. Gorman waiting. Here's the pitch. And that fastball was up. And so Chandler walks his first tonight. 1 out base runner. Brings up Mason Wynn. And don't forget tomorrow the series finale, a 12:35 game. Spend your lunch with the Bucks tomorrow. A special ticket offer comes with $12 in loaded value that you can use on lunch at the ballpark. Plus tomorrow, Sugardale Dollar Dog Day too. So you can really stretch that $12 out. Get your tickets at pirates.com/lunch. Join us tomorrow, 12:35. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up back of first. Horwitz. And now Lau calls for it, and he'll make the catch at his waist in foul ground for the 2nd out.
Nice communication there between those two. It's in a little bit of a tricky spot. Lau having to come quite a ways to get that ball. He was playing up the middle a little bit. Right-hand hitter.
Horowitz backed up when Lau called for it to get out of his way, but then Lau went that way.
That's like, for instance, the way they're lined up right now, that's Lau's ball all the way.
Church fouls it.
But the way they were before, that's a ball that when it was hit, Horowitz knows Lau is playing way up the middle. And so he's thinking, well, I really don't, this is going to be hard for me, but I got to get back there and make this play. I'm sure he was happy when he heard Lau calling him off.
1 strike pitch to Church. Late swing and a miss on an up and in fastball at 98. 2 strikes. Little light rain has come back here.
Kind of a misty drizzle. Going to be off and on a little bit tonight.
Chandler had 2 strikes. The pitch, swinging a foul. Got inside with him on that fastball at 98 to Nathan Church, lefty batter. 250 hitter with 5 home runs. They'll give Bart a little extra time as that ball was fouled off his mask. Las Diaz comes out to visit with Bubba Chandler. Any plate umpires ever do that with you? Come out to the mound while there was a little break in the action there?
I had a base umpire do it one time. As a matter of fact, yeah. Came right up, grabbed like the little rosin bag or something. Looked up to me and he goes, Son, you're going to have to start throwing more strikes.
Swinging a foul back. They had a dinner plans or something.
That was, I can remember exactly what he looked like, trying to remember his name. Who was the great Chicago Cub that always beat up Blass all the time?
Oh, Billy Williams.
Billy Williams.
Yeah.
There was an umpire named Billy Williams.
That's right.
That's who it was.
And there goes the runner. He took off before Chandler began his motion. And
that's a pretty good jump.
And Church helps him out by fouling the ball off.
Why would he do that?
Well, there's 2 outs and 2 strikes.
Oh, okay.
He was probably in the zone. I can't tell you for sure, but he must have at least thought it was.
He was at least halfway to second by the time Bubba let go of that ball. That was somebody had to yell, step off on that.
Saw that happen earlier this homestand. The pitch outside to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Church doesn't go for that changeup. And Gorman hasn't stolen a base, so they're not really paying a whole lot of attention to him.
Yeah, when Billy came out there, it was like a visit from the pitching coach or something. But I think it might have been like my rookie year.
1-2 slider in, 2-2.
He was just trying to be helpful. I remember he called me son. Son, you're going to have to calm down, throw more strikes.
Base umpire.
Yeah, second base umpire.
Yeah, well, how about that? Here's a 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss, struck him out on a down and in changeup to the lefty batter. Chandler with 4 strikeouts through 2 hitless, scoreless innings. We'll go to the bottom half. Pirates coming to bat. 0-0 here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light. Join us here on Friday as the Reds will come to town. It's a 6:45 game and a pregame Miller Lite happy hour from when the gates open up until first pitch. That's Friday night. Pirates.com/tickets. Here's Marcell Ozuna facing Andre Pallante of the Cardinals. And Ozuna fouls it and is down a strike.
Had another base umpire come up and before the inning started, about the 4th, 5th inning. Now going out to warm up, he met me out there on the mound, handed me the ball.
Pallante had a strike. And the pitch to Ozuna. Swinging a foul twice. 2 strikes.
He said, Bob, you're going to have to start throwing from the rubber. The other pitchers really starting to complain. Because I'd moved my hole forward about 5-6 inches toward home plate.
So that you wouldn't even be engaged with the rubber.
Yeah, well, the rubber I always left it covered with dirt all the time, so you couldn't even see the rubber. So I just moved it was a real soft clay, extra soft that day. And I had moved my hole way forward. So my fastballs was half a foot quicker than when I started the game.
Yeah, fouled away.
But the umpire, they didn't say anything. But then we got like a pretty good lead going, and then the other pitchers decide he's going to start complaining.
Yeah, because he
turned me in.
Yeah. Here's an 0-2 coming, and it's down low and away, 1-2. Yeah, the pitcher's supposed to stay on the rubber when he begins the motion.
But I always thought, well,
he'll
from just pitch from the same hole. Well, no, he didn't. He pitched from the other side, and after a while, he didn't like that.
Kind of a gentleman's agreement.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Isn't that what Earl Weaver got all incensed about? With Steve Blass?
He was pitching off the corner of the rubber. It was just something to try and get in Blass's head with, is all it was.
1-2 is fouled. Didn't work out.
No, sure didn't.
One and two on the Pirates' leadoff man here in the second. Scoreless game, Pirates and Cardinals. Much different looking Cardinals team. Some of the familiar faces traded away in the offseason. They're in rebuild mode.
Pretty young team.
And a shattered bat, roller onto short. The barrel of the bat dies in the infield, and Ozuna is thrown out by Wynn, 1 out. It's the youngest team in baseball, average age. The Cardinals, who come into tonight at 16-13 despite a negative run differential.
New president of baseball operations.
Yep. Chaim Bloom taking over for the retired John Mozeliak.
He was there quite a while. They had some fine years under Mozeliak.
Oh, yeah. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez, and it's down low, ball 1. The Cardinals have not had back-to-back losing seasons. And they had a losing season last year since 58 and 59. Here's the pitch. Swinging a tap foul to Gonzalez, 1-1.
Yeah, I tell everybody, because a lot of people I don't think really realize this. If you go to Busch Stadium, look up on top of the scoreboard, and you see all those flags. I said, they are the Yankees of the National League. The Cardinals are. They have been so tough for decades after decade after decade.
There was a stretch, and here's the stretch from Palante. The pitch, ground ball onto third. Urias was playing in, and he'll throw out Gonzalez, trying to extend that hitting streak past 9 games. 2 men out in the second, still enough score. Now, there was a stretch for almost a quarter century where the Pirates never finished ahead of the Cardinals in the standings. That has ended. And just to give you an idea of their consistent excellence, or at least goodness. But this year expected to be a down year for St. Louis, but right now off to a decent start. They're 3 games over. The pitch, swinging a hard ground ball onto first. All ground ball outs from Palante tonight, as he has blanked the Pirates through the first 2. To the third, still scoreless here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Get fired up, Bucks fans. Every time the Pirates steal this season, Valvoline Instant Oil Change's Steal a Base, Steal a Deal is officially in play. Every stolen base means you score a steal of your own. $25 off your next premium oil change. So let's cheer on Bucko base stealing this season to save on a winning oil change. Hey, it's just Valvoline Instant Oil Change's way of reminding you it's good to steal if you're a Pirate. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
These days, every stadium in town has about 100 beer options of all types for fans to choose from. And still, only one completes the outfit. IC Light. A surprisingly easy call.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know ballers. Baseballers, basketballers, footballers, pickleballers, even bocce ballers. We also know that no 2 ballers are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we use the latest research, equipment, and technologies to build your personalized plan. No matter how hard you want to ball, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Let's take a look at the third inning. It's brought to you by the Ironworkers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. Pirates nothing, Cardinals nothing. St. Louis will send up Ramon Urias, Victor Scott II, and then J.J. Weatherholt against Bubba Chandler, and a swing and a foul back, strike one. Chandler already with 4 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. Here's the pitch from him, and a swing and a twisting foul ball right side and into the seats. 2 strikes on Urias, hitting at 180. He's hit a pair of home runs, right-handed batter. The outfielders have not been involved in this game except for Lau's double. And that's down low to Urias. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Palante all ground ball outs. Chandler 4 strikeouts. A foul pop and a bounce out to first. And a fastball down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That had the same action as his changeup, but the same speed as his fastball. Because it was a fastball. Here's the 2-2. Down low and away with the slider. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now this bottom of the order, you look at the batting averages, you say, oh, it's pretty easy. You got Urias at 180, Scott on deck at 192, but Scott hit one that bounced into the Allegheny last night for his first home run of the season.
Yeah, he's got that great speed, too, so you think that
Urias fouls it back.
I mean, just on the infield hits he's going to pick up as the season goes along. He'll be well above that 200 number.
Yeah, nearing the end of April tomorrow, the final day of the month. First real bellwether of the season, maybe Memorial Day. Kind of see where everybody's at. There's a curveball or a slider. Not really sure.
Breaking ball.
Breaking ball of some sort. Off the plate, away, and a leadoff walk. Second one allowed by Chandler. And talking with Joey Bart today about, how do you keep Chandler in the strike zone? He's worked with him behind the plate a few times now. And here's a swing and a fly ball left field, fairly deep but playable for Reynolds. He's backtracking, still backing up, and he'll make the catch just shy of the warning track. No real wind. Here goes the runner to advance to second, and a feet first slide. He pops up at second, advancing on the fly out. And with Reynolds having to backtrack, I don't know if the wind caught it a step or two, but that was a heads-up play by Urias to move up.
Yeah, that's one thing that they probably go over before they even play the first game here is big left field. If the outfielder is backing up as he catches the ball out by the track, if you're tagging, you go ahead and move up.
And so that's a productive out for Scott. One away. Urias at second. Here's the pitch to Weatherholt. That's down low for ball 1.
It's got to be, a nice high fly ball to where okay, it's either going to get caught or it's going to be a home run. That way you're not losing any advantage by going back and tagging. Can't be a ball like it's toward the gap. Was it going to catch it or what? Well, now that you got to go halfway.
A little bit up on a check swing by Weatherholt. 2 balls and nothing.
Because if it's not caught, then you need to maybe score on it.
Yeah, and you're standing at the bag.
At least get the third. Yeah, you can't be back there tagging up on that one.
Yeah, the batter runner will pass you.
Seen that happen.
Can't do it. Here's the 2-0, and Weatherholt could not hold up. It's a strike on an inside slider. 2-1. No score. The Cardinals batting in the third.
Been a few times where that's taking a home run away from somebody. Turned into a single.
Now the 2-1. Back with a strike. Inside slider. 2-2. Well, the Harvey Haddix is a perfect game bid. Probably the most notable occurrence of that. He lost that game 1-0. Even though Henry Aaron hit a 3-run homer. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a line drive to left. Reynolds racing over toward the line. It's going to go over his head. Bang off the wall and bang beside him. And Urias can score easily on the double by Westerholt. And he gives the Cardinals a 1-0 lead here in the third. And you can hear there's a lot of kids here from Mars Area High School applauding one of their own.
He has really looked outstanding during this series.
He takes that ball with authority the opposite way.
Takes it with authority to all fields.
Yeah.
So far.
He's only 5'9", too, but he doesn't look it with that thunderous bat. And you have to wonder, would Urias have scored on that ball? Maybe. But he certainly scores after advancing, tagging up. So 1-0 St. Louis. RBI 15 for Weatherholt. Ivan Herrera struck out back in the first. Here's the pitch. Chandler delivers low on a change. Ball 1. Jared Jones completing his rehab outing in Bradenton. Pitched 3 perfect innings.
Wow.
Against Lakeland. 41 pitches, 5 strikeouts. Pickoff throw in the center field. And no one will advance. Weatherholt put on the brakes because Cruz had the ball.
Yeah, what helped out there is nobody touched it. I mean, that ball went to center field clean. And, of course, Bubba, he's got some velocity on it. So it got to Cruz real quick. Weatherholt, it took him a moment to realize that it had been an overthrow.
And with Cruz's momentum coming toward the field of play, put on the brakes. Here's the 1-0. It's inside with the fastball that time. 2 balls and no strikes. Just a diving fastball there. Thrown a couple of those tonight. 1-0 St. Louis. We're in the third inning. Here's Chandler's pitch. A firm fastball that time. Inside missing. 3-0. Didn't miss by much to Herrera. Doesn't back away from many inside pitches. He's been hit 8 times. Most in baseball. Back with a strike on a fastball. 3-1 now. Chandler has walked 2. 1 has come around to score tonight. That was the leadoff walk to Urias. Here's the pitch home. Swinging a foul right side. Full count.
As that ball is coming in, he has his left foot kind of hanging in the air. Probably makes it difficult for him to move quickly out of the way. Standing on 1 foot.
Yeah, he must have the most exaggerated stance around.
Because he has his left foot way toward the other dugout.
3-2, and he's hit the knob of the bat that time.
And so he picks it up off the ground, and then it takes kind of a banana-shaped route, if you would just watch his foot, to the front where he finally steps down about the same time as he starts his swing. So when he should be thinking about, oh, that's at me, I got to get out of the way, well, his foot's in the air. It's going to take a while.
At that time, that pitch came in, but it hit the knob of his bat. So a foul ball, 3-2. Here's the pitch. And he'll take strike 3. Frozen with the changeup. And so Chandler, that's.
He challenged it.
Oh, he thinks it's a walk. Okay. All right. So Herrera challenges strike 3. Thank you, Bob. And he wins it. So it is a walk. And it was less than 1/10 of an inch beneath the zone. The margin of error is 1/6 of an inch. So as I've been saying, within the margin of error of the system. But they'll go by whatever the system says. So more lucky than good on that overturn. Third walk allowed by Chandler. Here's the pitch to Berleson, the best run producer, down low for ball one. He drove in 3 yesterday, 20 this year, hitting .324 with runners in scoring position. Silver Slugger winner last year. Here's the pitch. Berleson looks at a strike, 1-1. Here's one of those early points of the ball game. You know, do you get out of it with 1 run? Maybe get a double play ball? Berleson's ground into 4 of those. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer up first. Fair ball. Horwitz goes to second. Relay. Chandler catches the ball in front of the first baseman. He was standing in front of Horwitz. So they get 1 out.
Not very good communication between those two. Horwitz had his foot on the bag. He was standing right there. I don't know if he would have been out or not, but the only way to find out was let him catch it.
So a dejected look after that took place. Yeah, probably would have been safe, but yeah, I'd like to have seen it completed. 3-6 on the force out at second. Men at the corners for Jordan Walker, swinging a deep fly ball to right. O'Hearn to the warning track, and he will make the catch right up against the wall. And that ends the inning. Well, just enough. So they do limit the Cardinals to 1 run and on 1 hit and 2 left. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 St. Louis here on the Pirates Radio Network. Bottom of the third inning coming up. The Cardinals 1 and the Pirates nothing. Connor Griffin will lead it off, facing Andre Palante, right-handed ground ball pitcher, and he's offering on the inner edge for a strike. 94 from Palante. Griffin up to 226, hit his second home run last night, his first here in this ballpark. Here's the 0-1 to Connor, 20-year-old. Down low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Only younger player to ever homer in this ballpark was Juan Soto back in 2018 when he was still 19. Palante into his motion and the 1-1. Swinging a line drive center field, but right at Scott. And he's got a 1 out. Let's pause 10 for an ID on the Pirates Radio Network. On Saturday, the Pirates will entertain the Cincinnati Reds at 4:05, and the first 20,000 fans take home a Pirates band T-shirt Presented by your local Pittsburgh Hyundai dealers. Go to Pirates.com and get your tickets for Saturday, 4:05 against the Reds. Here is Joey Bart at 158 with a homer. Swinging a twisting pop down the right field line, and Walker has to play it on a hot base hit.
I like the fact that first two hitters, Griffin takes him to center field, gets him in the air. Bart goes the other way, gets the ball in the air. And didn't hit it very well, but that's good because it fell in for a hit.
Looked like he was trying to take it right.
We're hitting a lot of pull side ground balls tonight. So this inning looks like maybe an adjustment is trying to be made. Now Cruz, didn't you point out to me that
he grounded out to third?
Yeah, he hit the ground ball the other direction.
And he takes a strike. He had 2 strikes on him. So maybe with that shortened
2-strike approach.
Yeah. And it got in on him, but still was able to fight it off and hit it the other way. Here's an 0-1, and that skids away from Herrera momentarily, but no advance. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the Pirates saw that the other night where first couple of innings couldn't muster anything, and then all of a sudden the bats came alive. That was in Milwaukee against Woodruff. And they talk about the pitcher to each other. You know, the on deck or the next on deck hitter. There's a strike. Kind of pass along some information, what they've seen. 1-2 on Cruz.
Cruz wanted to challenge that for a moment there, and then instead of tapping, he put his hand up and then just kind of adjusted his helmet.
He hit it foul, and it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cruz last night was the first batter of the game and had an unsuccessful ABS challenge. Perhaps his reticence there.
Yeah, you don't want that. That was whether he won it or lost it. To me, didn't make much difference. That's a bad time to use it.
So they probably went over some of the ground rules for the ABS today, fresh in his mind. New system. Palante on a 1-2. Swinging a little pop-up in the infield. Raindrops falling. Berleson, the first baseman near the mound, makes the catch. 2 out. Cruz retired. Brandon Lau doubled his first time up. He's coming to bat. With Bart on at first and 2 away here in the 3rd inning. A 1-0 Cardinals lead. And MLB Plus, that's new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week. Plus live radio broadcasts of every game. Game Day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus and subscribe today. Backing away from an away curve, ball 1 to Lau, the lefty batter. Lau has 12 2-out RBIs this year, among the leaders in baseball. Got Bart at first. Need another double. Bring him in. Pitch. Half swing and a ball in. It's 2-0 on Lau. They'll bunch up the 2 left side infielders. Palante is ready. Here comes a 2-0. Half swing and a ball down and in. No swing again. 3-0. Bart at first with 2 away. Pirates batting in the 3rd. 1-0 Cardinals. 3-0. And the pitch. Lau will see 1 strike. Threw him a 3-0 fastball.
Sees another one of those fastballs. Take a big swing. See if he can get it out over the fence.
3-1. A swing and a foul. Yeah, he was trying to open up on it.
Just didn't get the head of the bat out to it in time. But that's what he was hunting right there. He wanted to hurt that ball.
He likes this ballpark, being able to Try to get one in the air into that inviting right field. Count is full on Lau. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pirates down a run, 3rd inning.
He's been around, a veteran guy. He knows how to work the counts and then what to try and do according to the game situation and what your count is.
Bart will be on the move.
The old professional hitter.
3-2. Swinging a ball driven out to center. Scott started in, backs up, makes the catch, and the inning ends. He hit it hard, but right to the center fielder, Scott. And so through 3 innings, it's St. Louis 1 and the Pirates nothing on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Line.
For the 49th year in a row, Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks. The trucks that move mountains also move boats, bricks, and 2x4s, workdays and weekends, job sites, and campsites. F-150 and Super Duty never stop working, just like you. F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Pirates and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks. Let's go Bucks.
At Giant Eagle, we're focused on quality, freshness, and all your favorites. Because meals bring us together. Because recipes keep traditions alive. Because the right ingredients make it or break it. Because being part of the neighborhood matters. Because what we pick up at the store is what we bring into our lives. At Giant Eagle, we're always going for better. To bring you the best. Because it matters.
Hear that? That's the sound of another savvy driver rolling into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No hassle with appointments or dealer wait times. That's one smart bell.
You see the skyline, you drive over the bridges. We built that. Ironworkers Local Union Number 3 isn't just a job, it's a legacy. And you can start as early as this fall. Now's your chance to join the apprenticeship program and learn from the best in the business. Earn while you train, build what matters. Take pride in every beam and bolt. Starting wages over $27 with great benefits. Visit IWLocal3.com. That's IWLocal3.com and apply now before time runs out.
Coming up on Sunday, the Reds will be in town. It's a 1:35 game, and kids 14 and younger get to take home a Pirates-themed comic book as part of Superhero Day. It's all brought to you by C&M Play Studio. Sunday, 1:35. Go to pirates.com/Family Fun Days. Swing and a miss, strike one to Nolan Gorman. He's the Cardinals' leadoff hitter here in the 4th. Pirates trail 1-0. Bubba Chandler, right-handed rookie, delivers. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Has that big leg kick. You used to see that a lot. Tilts back. Two quick ones on Gorman. Here's the next one. I got to swing and a foul back. 98. Gorman walked back in the 2nd.
Bub needs to go over his head. Then you have it all.
Oh, yeah. Saw someone the other day do that. I'm trying to think. Here's the pitch. Maybe Milwaukee's pitcher. Bouncing ball toward Chandler. He'll take it all the way to the bag himself. 1 out. Might as well. Wet night. Pick that ball up off the slick grass. Why toss it? Just take it there.
Yeah, no reason to do that at all. I mean, why make any exchanges other than ones you have to?
1 out for Mason Wynn. And the pitch, high and away for ball 1.
Especially as fast as he is. He never has to worry about anybody beating him to the bag.
Yeah, that's right. Shortstop and a pitcher when he signed with the Pirates. Pitch up high, lost control of a curveball. 2 balls and no strikes. Thinking of different deliveries. Dontrell Willis. He had a big kick. A 2-0. And it's up high, 3-0. Bronson Arroyo had that straight leg.
Yeah. He's Probably the most similar.
There's a pitcher named Tanner Anderson, briefly pitched for the Pirates, also similar to Arroyo. There's a walk to win. Fourth walk allowed by Chandler tonight.
A lot of lefties used to have big kicks. Carlton had a big kick.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember Neil Heaton. Can you?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, very high leg kick.
Part of the 90 bucks, 89, 90, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
89 maybe.
No.
I remember watching him pitch for the.
I'll go 89. Yeah, 89.
I remember watching him pitch. We could get 90. Expos games in Detroit back then. So
90, I think it was there. 90.
Montreal. Yeah. Here's a mound visit with Joey Bart, and then there was a pitcher, Paul Bird, not that long ago, 30 years ago maybe. He would split his hands. Remember the pitchers that would split their hands and then join them as part of their motion. Reach them back and then bring them up. Nathan Church, the batter, struck out in the second. Chandler ready in the pitch. Right there with a strike right after the mound chat. One nothing Cardinals. We're in the fourth. Chandler delivers. Swing and a fly ball center field. Cruz in a few steps, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Ramon Urias will come up. You can use your Giant Eagle loyalty card to save on Pirates tickets to select Pirates games, and $2 of each ticket sold donated to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Western PA. Go to pirates.com/loyalty card. Two men out. Here's Urias. Walked and scored in the third inning, and a swing and a miss to him. Strike one. Light rain falling. Wind lazily blowing out. Chandler a long way. And an 0-1 pitch. And there's a strike, 0-2.
Pitchers have really learned to use that clock to their advantage as far as like messing with the hitter a little bit. 'Cause once you get in that stretch position, especially after he's already used his timeout, he can't do anything. You can sit there till 1 second and make your pitch. He's just got to wait on you.
0-2 coming, and that's down low, 1-2. The hitter, by rule, has to be alert to the pitcher at 8 seconds left on the clock. So at the very least, you got 7 with which to work.
Yeah, they're usually in there way before that. Most of them nowadays, they're probably in there 11, 10, something like that.
Here's a 1-2. Down low and away, missing with the fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, a lot of Chandler's misses when he has missed tonight have been down rather than up. Probably tougher for the hitter to hit if you're going to pick one or the other.
That's 70 pitches now.
And a swing and a miss. Struck him out on a down and away changeup. And one left for the Cardinals. We'll go to the last of the fourth. It's still 1-0 St. Louis here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light. Pirates coming to bat in the bottom of the fourth inning, a 1-0 Cardinals lead. Tomorrow, the series finale, it's at 12:35. It's a Sugardale Dollar Dog game, and fans can enjoy dollar hot dogs throughout the ballpark thanks to Sugardale tomorrow afternoon. Half swing and a ball in, and he went on the appeal to Eric Backus. Strike one. Reynolds bounced out to second base, his only time. Las Diaz is bellowing in the direction of the Pirates dugout, and I'm talking while he talks just in case there's something that's said that maybe the children can't hear. I don't know that he would say something like that, but just in case.
That sometimes happens down there.
So one strike on Reynolds. A lot of reverberation tonight. There's a ball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maybe off the raindrops. 1-1 the count. That was the first splitter that I can recall that Palante has thrown. Second time through the order now. Cardinals ready offers. In tight with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike on Reynolds. He's faced Palante 24 times now. 24 at bats in his career. 5th season with the Cardinals now for Palante. Here's his pitch. Down and in, 3-1 miss with the fastball. Palante has now walked a batter tonight, given up 2 hits. Cardinals have 1 hit. There's Weatherholt. 3-1. Reynolds sees a strike. A down and away fastball, perfectly placed.
Yeah, that's not one you want to swing at 3-1. You're looking at trying to find a ball in the middle of the plate.
Now less choosy the pitch. A swing and a miss.
Changeup?
I thought it was a changeup, but
they say slider, but off-speed pitch. How's that?
That's the first strikeout tonight for Palante.
The reason he didn't hit it was because it was an off-speed pitch, not the movement. It was he was out in front of that ball. Looking at the lack of speed is what fooled him.
Yeah, that was his slider. Looking at the replay. First strikeout tonight by Pirates hitters. 1 out for Ryan O'Hearn. He bounced out his only time. And he fights it off foul.
Sometimes you go by the swing and trying to figure out what the pitch was. And unless you slow it down and see that spin, you got to go on Reynolds being out in front, which makes you think changeup.
That was my instinct as well.
That's why we used to do the old pitching charts. That's why they were very seldom correct.
There's a splitter outside, 1-1. So what would you do if you were the?
Well, yeah, a lot of times you're not sure. You'll ask. You say, you think that was a slider or changeup? I don't know. It looked like the way he swung at it looked like a changeup. You'd have other pitchers you're sitting there with. That's what you'd say.
Grounded to third, booted by Urias. He recovers, throws, and safe at first. O'Hearn on a close play. See if the Cardinals elect to look at this. No.
And sometimes too, you say, well, I hadn't thrown any sliders hardly at all. This inning. Well, give him a slider, then we need to even it out a little bit.
Now you're talking about when you were an off day as a starting pitcher, you would chart the pitches for the other pitcher.
Everything was done by hand back then. In the minor leagues, every day you had a job as a starting pitcher that you weren't pitching.
Well, you had a job that day too.
It wasn't just the pitching chart. There were all a bunch of other charts.
Curve down low for ball 1.
Started off as the running chart. You would time all the players from home to first with a stopwatch. You'd keep that. That was the day after you started.
O'Hearn reaches on Urias' 4th error, and the 1-0 to Ozuna, a little bit high, 2-0.
And the next day you might keep the spray chart.
Directional hitting.
Everywhere your guys hit it, everywhere they hit it. And then eventually you get back to the pitching chart, and you're keeping that's because you were pitching next day. All that, of course, now is logged into a computer by the computer.
That's down low, and Herrera will challenge on that low slider.
Catcher challenge the ball call.
That's Las Diaz.
And the computer will make this call.
So the computer knows where that ball exactly was.
It says ball.
Cardinals lose their first challenge, and so they have 1 remaining. O'Hearn on the error is at first with 1 out. And it's 3-0 on Marcell Ozuna. Pallante delivers. Swing, fly ball, right field, routine for Walker. And he's got it for the second out.
Yeah, but they go the other way. They are able to get him off the ground. But no ground balls that way or line drive. Now, ground ball that way wouldn't be bad because they overplay so much on the pull side for ground balls. So there's always a big hole over there, especially when there's run on first, as there is now. But that ball in the air by a great deal, routine fly.
So on that 3-0 fastball, Ozuna flies out. Here is Nick Gonzalez. Bounced out his first time up. He'll take down low for ball 1. Gonzalez with a 9-game hitting streak, hitting .486 in those 9 games. Came into tonight 4th overall in batting average throughout baseball, hitting .330 entering play tonight. Grounded foul up third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looking for a 2-out hit here with O'Hearn on via the error. Pirates down 1-0 in the 4th. This will be the 60th pitch from Pallante upcoming. Urias backs up at third. Ball and a strike on Gonzalez in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Kind of made up his mind late on that slider, 1-2. Just took a left turn away from his bat. Pallante comes to the set. And a 1-2. And that's over below. 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Hearn does have a steal. Herrera has caught 2 of the 79 attempted base stealers. The Cardinals catcher over the last 3 years combined. Pallante a segmented delivery. He's 2-2. Swinging a ground ball foul. Pirates have not attempted to steal yet tonight. They had Bart on earlier at first.
Kind of gets the glove and the ball as far away from each other as he possibly can before he goes home.
This is a guy you can run on, I would think.
Looks like a starfish.
Yeah. But Bart hasn't stolen a base in 4 years, and O'Hearn's not a big base stealer, but could take advantage. Not going here. The pitch. It's in the dirt. Now he will go on 3-2. If the Pirates get any of their average or above average runners out there,
take advantage.
I think they will.
And with somebody that throws a lot of ground balls is kind of what you want to do anyway.
Even with less than 2 outs, right?
To stay away from the double play ball, which they did not do last night.
Grounded to 4 in yesterday's game. 3-2 coming. And Gonzalez could not hold up on a high slider. He strikes out. Pirates strand a man through 4. 1-0 St. Louis on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Pirates fans, the Cincinnati Reds are in town on Saturday, May 2nd for a free t-shirt night. The first 20,000 fans take home a Pirates-themed band t-shirt thanks to your local Pittsburgh Hyundai dealers. Head to PNC Park to watch your Buccos take on the Reds at 4:05 p.m. and enjoy a fun evening at the best ballpark in America. Get your tickets and see all the 2026 giveaways at pirates.com/promotions.
Ball or strike, fair or foul, bring the heat or change it up. and proof you got for the pierogi race. Pirates baseball is full of tough calls, but the beer to enjoy while rooting is never one of them. Icy Light, easy call.
We go to the 5th inning, and it's brought to you by the IBEW Local Union number 5. Cardinals 1, Pirates nothing. Victor Scott the second. Bats first, and then batting second will be J.J. Weatherholt. Drove in the first run, and then Ivan Herrera. There's a strike to Scott. Homered yesterday for his first of the season. Left-handed batter, very speedy, so Gonzalez will play in on the grass. And an 0-1, down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. He has bunted his way on for a hit this year. It's as if the Pirates have put 4 men in the outfield, and there's just no one in right center right now. Here's a liner foul, right side. 1-2. You can imagine the 2 corner outfielders are playing the lines a little bit, and then Cruz well over toward left center.
Yeah, he's kind of standing in front of the bullpens. But that's where the
talking about the spray charts earlier.
Yeah, this spray chart, I guess, would tell you to play.
And he swings through the slider, and a strikeout for Chandler. And every time a Pirates pitcher strikes out an opponent in April, Coppers donates $25 to the March of Dimes.
Digital spray chart nowadays. Same thing, same concept. Where do they hit the ball most of the time?
1 out, and here is Weatherholt. That's swinging a foul. And let's say in the old spray charts, you just draw where they hit the ball most of the time.
Yeah.
But now you could parse it with, okay, here's a high spin, high velocity fastball pitcher, right-handed.
Well, we did have some colored pens and stuff. We were supposed to do some different things. Yeah.
Well, you guys were ahead of the time.
But we didn't really pay much attention to that. Yeah, it went to right center. Okay, here you go.
Yeah. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
It was a hard hit ball. Supposed to use red ink. Oh, it went for a base hit. Supposed to use green. Stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Oh, it was a hard hit ground ball. Oh, you're supposed to make it like a dotted line.
1-2.
There's a high fly that fell in. You got to make a big arc.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, we tried to make a.
Oh. How do you make an arc on a straight line?
Well, we didn't. The line looked kind of like a banana, basically. But you had to envision the arc.
Here's a fly ball to left for Weatherholt. And Reynolds underneath it for the second out. We got to pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Pirates Radio Network. Two outs and nobody on for Ivan Herrera. The Cardinals own a 1-0 lead.
You could probably follow the flight on digitally and tell you what the miles per hour was. That how fast it leave the bat, how fast was it going when it left the infield. All that stuff is, I'm sure, available.
Here's an 0-1 pitch and a swing and a liner over the leaping third baseman Gonzalez into left, base hit. Reynolds will cut it off at the track and before the wall. Herrera digging in for 2, and the throw is in late. He's in standing. A 2-out double for Ivan Herrera for the Cardinals here in the 5th. Just their second hit tonight, both for extra bases.
The thing that makes it, I think, so much different though nowadays is not necessarily how the stuff is cataloged as far as hard hit, all that kind of stuff. It's how quick it can be recalled and put to use. Now, that's I think the big difference.
The first one's over below for ball 1. Yeah, you can parse it again or immediately find out. For instance, last night Cruz made that contested play at home plate, and we knew within a few seconds that he threw it from 313 feet from home plate. There's a strike, or thereabouts. But we knew the exact number, whatever it was.
It might take somebody by hand weeks to get, like, say, tonight's game. put on the master spreadsheet, or the master.
Swinging a fly ball to left center. This ball is deep. This ball is back, and it is gone.
Wow.
Alec Berleson homers over the notch to the opposite field for the Cardinals. A long 2-run home run, and St. Louis leads 3-0 in the 5th.
Well, off the bat, you're thinking, that might be trouble, might be extra bases. And it gets easily over the 410 notch. Opposite field. That's an impressive hit.
Alec Berleson with home run number 4. Well, that's a place that few left-handed hitters hit it out. I mean, not a lot of righties hit it out there, but certainly left-handed batters. That is unusual. Comebacker to Chandler, and he'll throw out Walker to end the inning. But the Cardinals with a 2-out, 2-run home run by Alec Berleson. And St. Louis leads 3-0 through 4.5 along the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's the bottom third of the order for the Pirates. Horowitz, Griffin, and Bart facing Andre Palante, who has now been afforded a 3-0 lead. Alec Berleson with a 2-run home run the opposite way. Sized up at 411 feet on StatCast. Over the notch in left center. Down low to Horowitz, ball 1. He bounced out to first his only time. Pirates with a pair of hits off Palante, who has not walked a batter. Here's the motion and the pitch home. And a swing and a high fly ball right field. Walker back in right center, and there it goes. Just over the wall in right center, Spencer Horowitz with an answer. A leadoff home run in the 5th, and the Pirates are on the board. It's 3-1.
Well, Horowitz, you never think of him as being a home run hitter, but depending on how many at-bats he gets in a season, he'll end up with a decent total when it's all said and done. I don't think you'd ever say, oh, yeah, he's a power guy. But if he gets his pitch, it's not really a surprise when he hits one out.
Hit 12 with Toronto 2 years ago, 11 last year in about 2/3 of his season with the Pirates. Here's a liner over first and into right, base hit for Connor Griffin. He'll take a big turn around first, but Walker with that good arm will hold Griffin. Oh. And he threw it right at the bag at second on the line.
He showed it off there, didn't he?
He's got no bounce, really good arm.
Almost the right field corner. A clothesline right to second base. That's not I mean, it didn't really mean anything. But just to sit here and watch the athleticism right there on that throw.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So right after that Sheets shot by Horwitz, Griffin singles. Griffin takes off, and the throw down trickles away from Weatherholt. Would have been late anyway. Griffin with his 7th stolen base.
Now, we knew that if we got some kind of speed on, that would be almost immediate.
Already with 7 steals in the major leagues for Connor Griffin. He's in scoring position with nobody out. 3-1 the Pirates trail after the Horwitz leadoff home run. And the 0-1, Bart loops a fly ball to right. Walker has to come in. He's there and makes the catch. 1 out. Back in the olden days, the 90s, they would take outfield practice maybe once a series.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd see the guys crank it up, and right fielders throw from right field to third sometimes, and you go, oh, that guy's got a good arm.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get to see it practiced in game nowadays. Who are some good right field arms that you played with or against? Here's Cruz batting, tying run, and he takes a strike.
In the early days, trying to think.
I guess you could have good arms in left and in center too.
Yeah, but right was usually where the cannons were.
Parker was probably elite when you first came up.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say Parker because everybody knows him. But Ellis Valentine, you remember him?
Oh yeah, Montreal.
Yeah, he.
Outside of Cruz, 1-1. They've got Cruz played way over and right. Walker 110 feet off the line now. And the pitch. Down low, 2-1 on Cruz.
And, Dawson played center right next to Valentine. His arm was right there with him.
Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer. And then moved to right later in his career. And was really good there, too. Griffin at second with 1 out.
I didn't see it.
The pitch. Fouled away, 2-2 on Cruz.
And it just reminded me when you said Dawson moved later in his career was, and I think Blast will attest to this, that Stargell had an unbelievable arm when he was an outfielder.
Yeah, he came up as a left fielder in that big left field.
That he could really throw.
Yeah. The dimensions at Forbes were sizable. A lot of those old ballparks. 2-2, strike 3 call. Cruz takes a fastball with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs. And here's Brandon Lau.
Guy that was a big surprise. He was the anti-right fielder that played a tremendous right field. Was
Dwight Evans?
No, your guy in San Diego. Hit 390 every year.
Oh, Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn, yeah. You see him out there, and you watch him during infield, watch him throw, and you're like, wow, how they got him in right field? He can't throw.
Swinging a miss, strike 1.
But he, at game speed, he'd get it done. The way he would, could charge a ball, quick release, accuracy. He was an excellent outfielder. And he played right field with a below average arm.
Here's an 0-1. And it's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good fundamentals can make up for.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Smarts. Knowing what base you should be throwing to. Not trying to show off the arm in situations where you should just calm down a little bit, throw to second, keep that guy out to hit it first.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball fought off, fouled by Lau. 1-2. Griffin at second, 2 men out, a run in on the leadoff homer by Horwitz. 3-1 Cardinals in the 5th.
It's here in Pittsburgh. I got to throw Jose Guillen up there as probably one of the one of the better arms.
There's some highlight reel throws from him. Like Griffin, I guess Griffin came up at 19, but Guillen came up at 20, early age 20, just after his birthday. Young player debuting. Palante ahead 1-2 on Brandon Lau. He's doubled tonight. Here's the pitch, and it bounces up to home plate. Herrera.
What a block, huh?
He kept that in front of him.
Did that hit in the grass?
I think it did. And he came up and charged it. to keep that in front of him.
I tried to see the replay on TV. It hit so far in front of the plate, it was out of the shot.
Yeah.
Out of the frame.
I think it hit the grass.
That was a heck of a block.
It hit before the lip of the grass, in my recollection. I mean, that's as short of a pitch as you'll see. Griffin with good speed at second, and the 2-2. Lau takes high and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Palante, who has now walked a man tonight, content on challenging hitters.
He's being careful with Lau, as he probably should be.
He fell behind 3-0 on Lau before he lined out on a 3-2 pitch in the third. 3-2 pitch here in the fifth. Swing and a miss, struck him out on the slider. And the Pirates get 1 on the home run by Horwitz. Through 5, it's 3-1 Cardinals on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Vehicle safety starts underneath. That's why the pros choose Napa for undercar solutions that stop safety issues before they become costly problems. Go further with complete repairs that restore stopping, steering, and stability. Then grow your business through trust and repeat visits. With premium rotors, pads, struts, and wheel hub assemblies, Napa has everything you need to keep undercar under control. That's Napa know-how.
This season, every Pirates home run does more than just light up the scoreboard. It helps fight hunger. Through Home Runs for Hunger, Sheets will donate $100 for every homer hit at PNC Park to the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Get loud, buckos. Every Sheets shot helps provide meals for our neighbors in need.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know injuries. Tears, tweaks, pops, pulls, strains, sprains, and, of course, breaks. Ow. We also know that no 2 injuries are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we offer advanced surgical options and specialized sports performance physical therapy. At AHN, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Hey Pirates fans, SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Buccos, meaning SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of... The official ticket marketplace of...
That ball was crushed.
And...
Did you see that?
Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Yinzer games or to any other live event in Pittsburgh, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every home team win. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of...
Let's go Bucks!
Evan Sisk will come on and work for the Pirates. We go to the 6th, and Sisk with the St. Louis Cardinals leading 3-1.
Take a look at Sisk numbers.
Sisk for the 6th. Sorry.
That's all right.
It's hard to say.
Sisk in the 6th. I was trying to find a 6 here in the stat line. I can't find one. This is, he's been 7 games. This is game number 8 for him. 9 innings of work. He's given up 10 hits.
So Evan has pitched in 7?
Yes.
Okay. All right. These are the things that entertain me.
I know.
Nolan Gorman, the lefty batter, and the 1-0 pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Chandler went the first 5. Gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, tying a season high. Removed after 85 pitches. Here's a 2-0. Back with a strike from the sidewinding left-hander Sisk. 2-1. Our 6th inning is brought to you by the operating engineers of Local 66. Gorman waits in the pitch outside. 3-1. He has walked and bounced out to the pitcher. Lefty sets and offers. Swing, fly ball back of second into short right. Late jump for O'Hearn. It'll be Lau to backtrack and make the catch, 1 out. If you're ready to get in the game, you can play to win with the PA Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. You got to be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. It benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Mason Wynn has fouled out and walked. A right-handed batter. Sisk comes home, and it's down into ball 1 on the breaking ball missing. That crossfire delivery. Low arm slot. A little bit different look. Here's his 1-0. Fires a fastball, misses inside,
really
2 balls and no strikes.
Reminds me an awful lot of Duke when he first came up as a Pirate.
Talk about Zach Duke. Boy, he really came on strong that debut season. 2-0, misses inside, 3-0.
He ended up having I think we had this discussion about a week ago or so, and went back and looking through his numbers. He had a nice long career. Really became effective and did his best work out of the bullpen eventually.
There's a strike. Now he went to AAA Louisville of the Red system, and really, he said they're polished, being able to pitch from the side and how to make that work.
Because he always had the crossfire type, like where he would step way, off to his left and keep his front shoulder closed a long time. And had a lot of deception there, tough on lefties. And so he just became a left-handed specialist. Come in and, get a couple outs, get lefties.
A down low, ball 4 and a walk to win.
And really carved himself out a pretty long career with that role.
That was before the 3-batter rule.
Yeah, he might have 60 appearances and 42 innings. As he just would come in and just get 1 or 2 outs, and that would be it.
I had the pleasure of getting to know him when I was broadcasting for Milwaukee. He spent a season with the Brewers. And then went on to the White Sox for a number of years. Here's the pitch. There's a strike to Nathan Church, left-handed batter. Has struck out and flied out tonight. Cardinals have drawn 5 walks. Only 1 has come around to score so far. 3-1. Cardinals leading here in the top of the 6th. Berleson is homered. Bunt dragged foul. And now 2 strikes to Church. He's bunted his way on a couple of times for a hit this year. Doesn't look like he would bunt his way on. 5 homers, 13 RBIs. Big, sizable lefty batter. Talk about deception.
He probably has a knack of, on that drag bunt, bringing the ball with him, having the first baseman have to field it, and then just beating the pitcher to the bag.
One-handed offer on a fastball away, and he fouled it, but not by all that much. Still 2 strikes.
Most lefties are going to be falling toward the third base line, and you're going to get a step or 2 head start on them. Maybe not so much with a guy like Sisk, who has that delivery where he steps and throw over to first base, where he steps toward the first base dugout before he throws home.
Now he kind of has the opposite momentum.
Yeah.
2 strikes on Nathan Church, and the pitch swung on and missed. Wynn running on the pitch, and he's safe on the tag by Griffin. Tried to tag him near the leg, so they get a strikeout, but a stolen base for Wynn, his 4th. Pirates are getting a stolen base tonight from Connor Griffin. And when the Pirates steal a base this season, you steal a deal from Valvoline Instant Oil Change. $25 off your next premium oil change. Hurry over to VIOC.com/steal, STEAL, and claim that offer from Valvoline. Here's Ramon Urias, and a backdoor breaking ball strike from Evan Sisk. Urias is 0-for-9 with runners in scoring position. Has Wynn at second and 2 men out in the 6th. 3-1 St. Louis. They've taken the first 2 games of this 4-game series. Fastball up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. To the right-handed batting, Urias. He's hit lefties better this year than righties by a good margin. A month into the season. Just a handful of at-bats. Check swing and a ball in, now 2-1. Sisk dangles that left arm, looking in. Now he's ready. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Down and in. Bart sweeps to his left to stop it. 3 balls and a strike now. Already 1 walk this inning to the other ready batter. Victor Scott II would be next. Here's the pitch. Strike. Brought that breaking ball from off the plate to over it. 3-2.
A big break to it. That was the push broom there. Came from way outside.
Full count to Urias, and Sisk spins and looks towards second. Wynn is back in. Here's the set. And a 3-2. Swinging a ground ball, slowly hit toward third. Gonzalez fields, throws to first, got him, and that ends the inning. So the walk left stranded, and the Pirates coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th. And it remains 3-1 St. Louis on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light. We'll see if the Pirates bats can get going after scoring in the 5th on the home run by Horwitz. They trail the Cardinals 3-1. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Andre Palante at 80 pitches. Facing Brian Reynolds for a 3rd time. And he takes down low for ball 1. Palante limited to 95 pitches. Back in his April 12th start, so that was the most this year. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Reynolds takes high and away 2-0. Delayed attempt to challenge by Herrera is too long, and it's 2-0. Was denied.
See if anybody said anything from the dugout. I'm watching a replay here. No, didn't look like it.
Just made up his mind too late, and that's grounded foul. It would have been a strike. It would have been overturned.
The other day, somebody challenged right away, and the umpire didn't give it to him. And then I found out the next day that it was because somebody from their day was there. I think it was their pitching coach, because he got thrown out of the game.
Oh, okay.
Somebody yelled something from their dugout. And you're not supposed to do that, obviously.
Back with the strike, and it's 2-2.
And that's why he wasn't allowed to challenge. Can't get any help from anywhere.
Umpires have been right on it all year. Pretty consistent in the Pirates games that we've seen so far. Here's the 2-2 to Reynolds. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 3 strikeouts in a row for Palante, 5 in total. This equals his longest outing of the year, 5 1/3. Here's Ryan O'Hearn. He has grounded out and reached on an error. So last night the Pirates score 7, but lose 11-7 tonight. Limit the Cardinals to 3 so far, but they're trailing 3-1. Down low, ball 1. O'Hearn entered play tonight 5th in the National League in batting average and 3rd highest on base percentage. Here's the 1-0 to him. Swinging a fly ball left field, routine for Church. And there are 2 men out in the Pirates' 6th inning. And now Marcell Ozuna flied out on a 3-0 fastball in the 4th inning. Chris Davinsky is getting up in the Pirates bullpen. He was just selected. His contract was selected today as he's brought up from AAA Indianapolis. Veteran right-hander. Here's the pitch, and Ozuna hits it up the middle and through, a base hit. 2-out single by Ozuna. And so he'll get on for Gonzalez coming up.
Got that fastball that runs in on him, just enough of the bat on it to get it through that infield. That ball looked like it really had a lot of tail in it and was trying to jam him. I think he got it just above the label.
Got enough to send it out to center. Here's Gonzalez. And a swing and a foul tip, strike 1.
Well, that's what that 2-seam sinker will do sometimes. Instead of going down, sometimes he'll just take that little run, that little tail, like not a lot, like maybe 2-3 inches, but that's enough to get out of the middle of the bat.
Here's his set in an 0-1, and Gonzalez swings through it, 2 strikes. Nick 0 for 11 lifetime against Palante. Coming in red hot with a 9-game hitting streak. Another multi-hit game last night. Pirates lead the hit column 5-3, but trail on the scoreboard 3-1 to the Cardinals here in the 6th.
Yeah, big hole for him to shoot for on that right side. He's pretty good at that, going the other way.
Others love sliding catches. PNC prefers pop-ups caught with 2 hands. But everyone loves getting discounts on tickets and merchandise with the Pittsburgh Pirates PNC Bank Visa debit card. Learn more at pnc.com/Pirates card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and used under license.
These days, every stadium in town has about 100 beer options of all types for fans to choose from. And still, only one completes the outfit. Icy Light. A surprisingly easy call.
Game day doesn't just happen. You plan for it. You fuel up before first pitch with fresh donuts. You stay ready through the middle innings with Snuggets. And when it's over, win or lose, you wrap it up with a delicious, decadent milkshake. After all, big emotions call for big sips. Because no matter the outcome of the game, a Sheetz run is always a home run. Why the Sheetz not stop by the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Pirates?
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
7th inning on its way. It's a 3-1 Cardinals lead. We'll pause 10 seconds for a station break on the Pirates Radio Network. And the first pitch bunt attempt near the head of Victor Scott II. And so that pitch from Sisk knocked him down, and he was scoring the bunt. That's got to be a scary moment for a hitter. He's limping up first base right now. Was he struck with a pitch?
Unless he's just going for a walk, yeah.
Yeah.
Got him in the shoulder.
had skimmed his arm as he ducked out of the way, trying to avoid the pitch that was by his back. And as he ducked, it hit him in the right shoulder, just kind of grazed him. Thank goodness, not more soundly than that.
Boy, it was going dead right at his head. Dropped down and got his shoulder up there in front of himself, protected it.
So Scott, and that good speed is on. Sisk delivers a strike to the lefty batting J.J. Weatherholt.
You certainly think that he'll be running. A lot of guys, after they get hit, they want to try and do something out there, too. I don't know why that always works.
Win stole against Sisk last inning. Here's an 0-1. And there's a strike, 0-2. Fastball at 89 from the left-hander.
You would think Sisk with that odd kind of delivery would be a tough guy to get a jump off. You almost have to just kind of take a chance and commit. Think, okay, he's going home.
The pitch is outside 1-2.
And just take off.
Would it be hard for the runner to know if he was coming to first or coming home? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to read because he looks like he's going to first every time.
Stepping across like that. Here's a toss over to first. See, I thought he was going to pitch home right there. So if it's hard from up here, I can't imagine what it's like at field level. So he's used one of his disengagements. He could throw over again without penalty. 1-2 on Weatherholt. Drove in a run with a double in the third. The pitch outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. I've had a couple of righties warm in case that's all they want from Sisk, with the righty batting Herrera on deck. 2-2 on Weatherholt. Here it is. Outside, so from 0-2 to 3-2 now on the rookie standout of the Cardinals. Here's the set and the pitch, and a swing and a miss. There goes the runner. Throw right into the runner sliding in, but the ball was dropped on contact. So it's a strikeout and a stolen base. Scott in at second with stolen base number 4.
Yeah, the ball came out of the glove. Griffin went to make the sweep tag. I think it came out right on contact. As soon as
he would have been out.
As soon as he made contact, that's when the ball rolled out of the glove.
And that tailing throw from Bart, as he typically does, ran into the path of the sliding base runner. Well, that's going to be it for Evan Sisk. Pitching change here. Pirates trail 3-1 in the 7th. We're back after this on the Pirates Radio Network.
Get fired up, Bucks fans. Every time the Pirates steal this season, Valvoline Instant Oil Changes Steal a Base, Steal a Deal is officially in play. Every stolen base means you score a steal of your own. $25 off your next premium oil change. So let's cheer on Bucko base stealing this season to save on a winning oil change. Hey, it's just Valvoline Instant Oil Change's way of reminding you it's good to steal if you're a Pirate. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Head to PNC Park on Sunday, May 3rd for the first family fun day of the season when the Bucks take on the Cincinnati Reds at 1:35 p.m. Arrive at PNC Park early to enjoy the Family Fun Zone on Federal Street, presented by C&M Play Studio, with fun for the entire family. Plus, all kids 14 and under take home a Pirates-themed comic book in honor of Superhero Day. And be sure to stay after the game for Kids Run the Bases, presented by Chicken of the Sea. Get more info at pirates.com/familyfundays.
Chris Davinsky is on to work, making his Pirates debut in relief of Sisk, who goes an inning and a third. Just had his contract selected today. And so he'll be brought in to face the right-handed batting Ivan Herrera.
Yeah, the pitchers have had to make a lot of roster moves in the last 3 games.
Dotel pitching 4 innings.
Got a new guy coming in every day right now with the kind of the bullpen game kind of set that up.
Then Barco went 4 2/3 yesterday, so you need. Well, Davinsky's going to give you more of like a 1 inning type guy, but he's been around. He's pitched in 8 World Series games. That's more World Series games than regular season games for Barco or for Dotel, for instance. So you're trading the length and that youthful arm for some experience. And there's a steal of third by Scott. And that's the one, maybe demerit of Davinsky is teams will run on him at will. Gives up a lot of stolen bases. But tough to hit.
Yeah, he was just slow to the plate on that. It wasn't, that big of a lead or anything.
Yeah, the book's out on him. He's 35 years old. That's in there. Nope, a little bit high. Excuse me. 1 ball, 1 strike with the change.
That's kind of a slow delivery.
Did well at Indianapolis, a 1.13 ERA in 5 games. And overall struck out 45% of hitters. Here's a ground ball knocked down by Lau, recovered by Griffin. There will be no play. It's an infield single for Herrera. And because of 2 stolen bases after the hit batter, the Cardinals will pick up a run. And it's 4-1, an important insurance run for St. Louis.
Yeah, Scott's very good speed got them a run there.
So he tried to bunt, got hit by the pitch, stole second off Sisk, stole third off Davinsky, and then Herrera just a ground ball up the middle. The drawn-in second baseman knocked it down, and that was enough. So 4-1 Cardinals. Here's Berleson, who had a monstrous 2-run opposite field home run his last time up, and he takes a changeup in for a strike. You and I were in Lakeland when Davinsky was struck with that line drive in the head by Jace Young of the Tigers. Suffered a concussion. There's a strike, 0-2, and was able to make his way back. On April 3rd, he pitched for Bradenton. A couple of games and then went to Indy. Two strikes on the lefty batting Berleson. And the offer. Swinging a foul. Spoiled that changeup. Throws those changeups more than any other pitch, Davinsky. Oh, 2 on Berleson with 1 out, a run in. That run charged to Sisk. The pitch in tight, 93, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The right-hander comes to the set. It is 1-2. Fastball in, just missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Sisk goes an inning in the third. No hits, but a run. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Hit a batter. Here's a 2-2. And a swinging a ball hit on to second. Lau thinks about second. Will go to first and get the sure out there. Herrera now at second. After the second out, Victor Scott, the second, scored the 4th run for the Cardinals here in the 7th.
Veteran move by Lau. Knowing that it was going to be very iffy to get the lead runner, so get a sure out no matter what.
Well, now it's going to be Jordan Walker. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Drove in 3, though, yesterday. Long ball threat. Herrera at second. The pitch is swung on, grounded through the left side, base hit. Pop Warner gives the windmill. Around third, Herrera making his way home. The throw goes home from the left fielder Reynolds, and that allows Walker to trade places and get into second base.
Not sure how Reynolds had much of a shot there. He was playing extremely deep and over toward left center a little bit, so he had to come way in and angle. And by the time he picked up that ball, Berleson was well around third base bag.
The throw was offline. Herrera doesn't run particularly well, but.
Oh, it's Herrera. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But was not contested. So now another hit here would give the Cardinals another run. It's 5-1. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike to Nolan Gorman, left-handed batter. RBI 20 for Walker. That run is charged to Davinsky here in his Pirates debut. Cardinals now have as many hits as the Pirates, each team with 5. 5-1 St. Louis, trying to win their 3rd in a row here in the series. They're swinging a foul back, 2 strikes. Here's the set by Davinsky in an 0-2. Tried the change, missed in 1-2. Here's the set of the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out with the fastball upstairs. Cardinals add 2 more, and at the stretch they lead 5-1 on the Pirates Radio Network. Go to the bottom of the 7th here at PNC Park. It's 5-1 Cardinals, and they will go with Ryan Stanek, a right-hander.
Ryan Stanek, let's see here, where is his numbers? Here they are. 13 previous appearances, and they have not been all that great. 11 2/3 innings. He's given up 15 hits and 10 earned runs. ERA is way up there. Opposition batting average way up there, well over 300.
Ball 1 to Horwitz, who homered his last time out.
They throw 10 walks in those 11 innings. So let's see, what do we got here? 15 and 10. There's 25 base runners right there in 11 innings.
That's a whip of over 2.
That is not good.
2-0 on Horwitz. His home run is the Pirates' run tonight. They trail 5-1. The pitch strike at a 2-1. Palante goes 6 innings, a season high, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Cardinals vying for their 3rd consecutive win here in this series. The pitch back with a strike. 2-2. If that name's familiar, Ryan Stanek was the first kind of a designated opener back when he was a young pitcher with the Rays. He'd pitch about every 2nd or 3rd day, 1 or 2 innings, and was really good at it. And so other teams kind of picked up on it, and no one else really was any good at it except for Ryan Stanek. Busted bat, ground ball back to the mound. He fields and flips to first, 1 out. I think he made something to the effect of 40 of those starts or so.
What's he asking for?
The umpires are converging here. And, he's asking for a towel after picking up the ball off the wet grass.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. I don't know.
Speaking of wet things, how about the Pittsburgh Brewing Company key account of the game? Stop into Applebee's all season long. $4 22-ounce IC light drafts.
Oh, that's pretty low price for a big one. Like
there
that.
You go, yeah. Applebee's from Pittsburgh Brewing Company.
Applebee's not too far from where I live.
There you go. There's one near you. Unless you're in the country. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1, but you've got it in the fridge anyway. So Strike one to Connor Griffin. 1 out of 2 night. Stole a base. Here's the pitch. Back with another from Ryan Stanek. Five to 1 Cardinals. Pirates batting in the 7th. And the pitch. Swing and a foul right back on that slider. So Griffin in this first go-round. Even division teams seeing them for a first time. When the Reds come to town, he still hasn't faced the Reds yet. He was in the minor leagues that week. And that's inside 1 and 2 when the Pirates face the Mets and Reds. But once he starts seeing these divisional teams that second and third time, I'm real curious to see, does he know a little something about each pitcher from facing them? Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back. Seems like a really fast learner.
Well, that's what a lot of this season will be about for him. Of course, we expect him to excel, as the season goes along. But we can't ever lose sight of what's really going on. He's a big learning process right here.
Bounces up there 2-2.
From high school to A-ball is a huge jump. And now the very next year you're talking about going to the big leagues. Wow, that's a steep learning curve.
Yeah, he was in high school classes 2 years ago at this time. Think about that. Here's a 2-2 to Connor Griffin. Outside 3-2. Since he's turned 20, he's 8 for 20. So 400 batting average, a couple of home runs, 5 RBIs in 6 games, including tonight. Full count, the pitch. Swung on, lofted foul, right side and into the seats. Someone will get a Connor Griffin souvenir. It hit in the top row of seats and then started to go down the seating section. And all the kids went chasing after it. Here's the 3-2, and there's the walk for Griffin. So he'll accept that walk and get on here with 1 out.
Kind of looked like one of those 6-year-old soccer games where it's just a big group that's moving around.
I know it well.
Except they were chasing the baseball rolling around on the ground. And a big mob.
Griffin at first. Pirates down 4 in the 7th. Stanek with a quick move home and delivers outside ball 1 to Joey Bart. Has a base hit in 2 tries tonight.
Stanek looks like he'd be tough to get a good jump off of. Not much of a leg kick at all.
Just moves his momentum forward and then it's already there. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground and through. Left side base hit for Joey Bart. Turned around 97.
Stanek throws hard. Definitely can rush it up there, upper 90s consistently.
And so Bart with a base hit. 2 on for the Pirates. They have not had multiple men on at any point tonight. Horwitz homered and then Griffin singled to follow in the 5th. And who do they have up? Their leading home run hitter, O'Neal Cruz, could get the Pirates right back into this game. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike. On a fastball at 99 from Ryan Stanek. Cruz with 9 home runs. He was 0 for 3 against Palante. Facing Stanek for the first time with Griffin at second, Bard at first. Pirates trail 5-1 in the 7th. Stanek delivers high and in with the fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cruz has never faced Ryan Stanek. Here's the set. Here comes a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Hung a slider, but he swung through it 1-2.
They're way in front of it.
Yeah, I like when you describe there's multiple dimensions to the strike zone. So, yes, it's in a bad spot for a pitcher, but it didn't arrive yet for the hitter.
Yeah, it wasn't in that bad spot until the...
Griffin will advance to third on that ball in the dirt.
Wasn't in that bad spot until the bat was already gone. then it entered the hitting zone.
So Griffin moving up to third on a wild pitch, anticipating that, seeing that ball's trajectory toward the dirt, and he took off. With the Pirates down 4, Bart unsure, didn't want to risk it.
No. He did not. He would not have had that good jump.
Here's the pitch. And it's high and away, 3-2. Can't see it the same as the guy behind the pitcher. And he's not as fast. 3-2 on Cruz. If he hits one out of here, it's a one-run game. We're in the 7th. Runners lead. Here's a 3-2. And it's high and away, ball 4. That's 2 walks in the inning by Stanek.
Yeah, that's what the stat sheet said. Walks and hits all over the place. That's what they're getting.
The Cardinals getting up JoJo Romero, who extinguishes lefty bats. And the lefty hitting Brandon Lau is coming up. He has not fared well against lefty pitchers this year. Pirates sometimes have pinch hit for him against lefties late in games. Cardinals have yet to go to the bullpen, but Ali Marmol has made his way out of the dugout, and that is going to be it, I believe, for Ryan Stanek.
No move yet, I don't see.
Haven't signaled yet. But would they want Romero against a pinch hitter or Lau? We'll see. Yep, that's going to be it for Stanek. So the lefty Romero is coming on, and we're coming back with the bases full of Bucks and 1 out. Tying run coming to the plate in the 7th. Back after this on the Pirates Radio Network.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know injuries. Tears, tweaks, pops, pulls, strains, sprains, and, of course, breaks. Ow. We also know that no 2 injuries are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we offer advanced surgical options and specialized sports performance physical therapy. At AHN, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates fans, the Cincinnati Reds are in town on Saturday, May 2nd for a free t-shirt night. The first 20,000 fans take home a Pirates-themed band t-shirt thanks to your local Pittsburgh Hyundai dealers. Head to PNC Park to watch your Buccos take on the Reds at 4:05 p.m. and enjoy a fun evening at the best ballpark in America. Get your tickets and see all the 2026 giveaways at pirates.com/promotions.
We're in the 7th. The bases are full of Pirates. And Nick York is going to come up and pinch hit for Lau here against the lefty JoJo Romero.
Romero this season with a 3.95 ERA in 13 games. He has 8 strikeouts and 4 walks. 13 2/3 innings of work.
So Lau will be pinch hit for. Lau 4 out of 32 against lefties. And Romero against lefties since he's been a Cardinal years ago. They hit just 176 against him. York, as a pinch hitter in his career, is 1 for 3. He's in the midst of a 3 for 36 spell. One of those hits, though, a home run. York is 2 for 23 with runners in scoring position. Romero has stranded all 8 inherited runners. So there are a lot of facts and figures right there, but just cluing you in on the manager's thought processes here. Bases loaded, 1 out in the pitch. That's low for ball 1. So it's always a question when you bring up a less proven hitter for a proven hitter, but the handedness is what plays in here for the strategy. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's down low, 2-0 to York. Griffin is at third with good speed. Bart is at second. Cruz with good speed at first. A tying run at the plate for the Pirates. Down 4 in the 7th. 2-0 on Nick York. In the pitch, a swing and a liner out to center. It's going to get down for a base hit. Made sure to see it down. Griffin will come in to score. Bart is waved home, and he will score. A pinch hit, 2-run single for Nick York. And the Pirates right back in this game. It's 5-3.
Yeah, really did a nice job of going out and getting that pitch. Now, that ball was not a mistake pitch, you know. He left it down the middle, anything like that. That might not even have been a strike watching a replay. It looked like it was even a little below the knees, kind of outside half. Really good looking swing on that ball.
And so York comes through. Cruz gets all the way to third. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike to Reynolds. And that's a big advancement by Cruz because a deep enough fly ball here adds another run. Pirates trail 5-3. The tying runs are on. After that pivotal pinch hit by Nick York. Cardinals brought in the lefty. The Pirates responded with the righty batter. Here's the 0-1. Half swinging a ball outside. 1-1 on Brian Reynolds. He was 0 for 3 against Palante. Facing the lefty Romero. He's 4 for 8 against him lifetime. Reynolds against Romero. Here's a 1-1. Way outside with a change. 2 balls and a strike. Romero has to face Reynolds, and if it gets there, O'Hearn on deck. 5-3. The Pirates have cut the deficit in half on Nick York's pinch hit 2-run single. Here's the 2-1. Up high, 3-1. Romero sets in a 3-1. Reynolds takes low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. And the 3-batter rule, you can't pull Romero despite allowing the single to walk. He has to face O'Hearn, a lefty batter, but O'Hearn against lefties last year and this year hitting .291. And so Dusty Blake will come out and chat, the pitching coach. And Nick York coming through with that 2-run pinch hit. The last Pirate to have a pinch hit that drove in multiple runs was Rowdy Tellez.
Holy
in
cow.
2024. So, I mean, that was a big hit by Nick York right there.
2024.
That was the last time the Pirates had a pinch hit to drive in multiple runs.
Man.
Before Nick York's hit. He's pushed up to second.
I wonder if that was that big pinch hit Tellez got and kind of got him going back in the right direction. You remember that? He got a big, ovation from the fans. He had been in a slump. I remember him getting a big hit like that. That might have been it.
Well, how about a big hit for O'Hearn? He had a home run and 3 RBIs yesterday. He's hit a couple of grand slams in his career. And he's never faced Romero. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike. So Romero, for the first time, will face a left-handed batter here. Cruz is at third. York at second. Reynolds at first. Still only 1 out. Pirates trail 5-3, 7th inning. Cruz will race down the line, trying to distract the pitcher who's looking the other way. The pitch is swinging a miss. Tied him up with an inside sinker. 2 strikes. They've got George Soriano ready to go. The right-hander ready for Ozuna on deck. If it gets there. Here's the set, and an 0-2 to O'Hearn. Tried to check a swing and did not. Backus says strike. And O'Hearn has no recourse. He's down on strikes, 2 outs. Didn't look like much of an offer, and Donnie Kelly is disputing it in the direction of Las Diaz, who appealed to third. And Las Diaz warning Donnie Kelly to not speak to him sternly any further. And Diaz giving him another final warning. And Donnie's now over the top step. And Donnie's inching closer to home plate. And now he's coming out to talk to Las Diaz by the dirt circle.
I think Las is talking about somebody else over there. He's pointing at somebody else. And I think Donnie is trying to take the heat himself.
And he's come back to talk more with Las Diaz. The 6'4" manager towering over the umpire.
I don't think he got thrown out, do you?
I don't think so. I didn't see any ejection sign from Las Diaz.
Well, Las kept pointing over his shoulder
back on the top step
at somebody else over there, and I think that that was where the umpires both kind of thought the problem was.
Here's Ozuna. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ozuna batting with the bases loaded. Singled last inning. The righty batter facing the lefty Romero. Ozuna has never faced him before. The bases are loaded. 5-3 Cardinals. The pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smothered by Herrera. Cruz, the lead runner, at third. York trails him at second. And Reynolds on at first. A base hit here with 2 outs likely ties this game. Ozuna can really endear himself to the Pirates fans with a big hit here. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a high and away sinker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ozuna this year 4 for 28 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, this is a game-changing situation right here. This at bat.
1-2 pitch. Way outside. 2-2. Nick York came through with a pinch hit 2-run single. Batted for Lau. 5-3 Cardinals, 7th inning. Cardinals just scored twice in the top half of this inning. Right now, that's the difference. But a base hit here could tie this game. And Ozuna, throughout his 298 home runs, 7 of them have come with the bases loaded. 7 grand slams. That would really make this place blow open. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ozuna. Romero comes home. Outside, 3-2. There's nowhere to put him. He's got to come in with 1. Cardinals have 1 challenge remaining. Romero.
Everybody gets a head start now on the bases, too.
They left in the lefty in the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, slowly guided right over the bag at third. The throw will come across to first, and they'll get Ozuna by plenty, and that ends the inning. Pirates get 2 on the pinch hit by York. Still trail 5-3 on the Pirates Radio Network.
Have you heard about JCPenney's Power Penny deals? Okay, here's how it works. You have between now and May 3rd to get to a JCPenney store or go to jcp.com to shop these can't-miss deals. There are fresh new deals every day, and they change like quick. And then they're gone. Done. Over. You can save on everything from the latest summer fashion to bright updates for your home, inside and out. So get to JCPenney fast because these deals won't last. Yes, JCPenney. Exclusions apply.
When facing the best hitters in the bigs, Paul Skeens welcomes pressure. But when shopping for a new vehicle, he'd rather avoid it completely. That's why Paul is a big fan of #1 Cochran's Clearly Better Car Buying. It's our exclusive, no-hassle way of doing business, featuring full transparency and no pressure whatsoever. You see, like Paul, we believe hardball belongs on the field, not in the showroom. #1 Cochran.
Food insecurity is something nobody should experience. That's why Edgar Snyder and Associates will donate $50 to the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank for every Pirates double play this season. To learn more and see how you can help double down on food insecurity, visit edgarsnyder.com.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know runners. Trail runners, road runners, marathon runners, 1-mile runners, and the somewhere in between runners. We also know that no 2 runners are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we use the latest research, equipment, and technologies to build your personalized plan. At AHN, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates get a little closer. It's 5-3 Cardinals as we start the 8th, but first 10 for an idea on the Pirates Radio Network. Pirates are trailing by 2, and here comes Dennis Santana here in the 8th.
Take a look at Santana's numbers this season. 2-2, 3.29 ERA in 14 games. Well, I cannot believe that ground ball did not hit that bag. It was barely bouncing and went right over the bag and never touched it. It maybe hit a little rock or something, or probably not a rock out here, but a little divot, and jumped over the bag. All I had to do was hit the bag, and we're gold.
When it had been rolling the whole time, there's a strike from Santana.
It hits the bag, it's going to go somewhere. Didn't even matter where it went.
The third baseman, Urias, has to play it as if it'll go over the bag. He's behind it.
And sure enough, it went over the bag.
And a swing and a foul back, and now 2 strikes. But a lot of times it'll hit the front bevel and pop up, or
if it had been like kind of a chopper, you would have thinking, okay. But this ball was I don't know if it ever got more than a couple inches off the ground all the way down the line, and then it jumped over the bag.
And Ozuna, who does not run well as a 35-year-old DH, thrown out by plenty, but if it had just popped off the bag, all the other runners had achieved their other base.
Yeah, they're off on the pitch with 3-2 count.
0-2 is lined out to center where Cruz resides, and he's got it one out. Win is gone.
Look at it this way. We got those 2 runs back, so that it was a productive inning, and now we're right back in the game.
One out for Church.
Could have been more, though.
They had Riley O'Brien, their closer, warming yesterday, but he did not come into the game as the Pirates threatened to make it a safe situation. Got it to 11-7. Tonight again playing catch-up. They were down 4. Now a 2-run affair. 5-3. Here's Church and the pitch. Down low for ball 1. Santana, we'll have to find out, but perhaps coming in a deficit game to get him on track. A rare hiccup for him in that same opportunity in game 1. Boy, that really ends up turning the tides here as the Cardinals have won the first 2 games of this series now. Deep fly ball to center, caught by Cruz. Onto the warning track, and Church is gone, 2 away. I'll tell you what, those successive pitches in New York for Cruz, it was an awful moment for any player when you see something like that. And then pretty much since that time, he has played a really crisp center field in my estimation. Still learning the finer points, but he's making all the plays. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1, throwing to the right bases.
Well, sometimes something like that can, really motivate you if you use it in the right way. And not that he needed to, a kick in the pants to try and get to be a better defensive player out there, but it sure looks like he has been putting in the work and it's paying off.
He is focused. 2 strikes on Urias, 0 for 2. Santana trying for a 1-2-3 8th, and the pitch down low and away, 1-2.
There's some little things too that they're not going to show up in the stat sheet, but you look and see, like about the way yesterday he called off Mangum on that fly ball out in left center, so the bigger arm could make the throw.
Thinking ahead.
Now, it didn't throw anybody out, but that's the kind of play you got to. That's what you got to do.
Ground ball to short. He was 313 feet away.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But he's thinking that way.
And he almost threw the guy out. Yeah. So the inning ends. A nice 1-2-3 bounce back outing for Dennis Santana. Pirates coming right back up to bat in the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-3 St. Louis on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Remember when your sandbox was your construction site? When you dreamt of building skyscrapers and moving mountains? Those video games where you build entire cities? That wasn't just play. Today you can actually build it. From towering skyscrapers to bridges connecting communities, the International Union of Operating Engineers Local 66 turns childhood dreams into rewarding careers. We offer better benefits, retirement plans, and a safer work environment. If you can dream it, you can build it. Learn more at iuoe66.org.
Ball or strike, fair or foul, bring the heat or change it up. And who've you got for the pierogi race? Pirates baseball is full of tough calls, but the beer to enjoy while rooting is never one of them. Icy Light, easy call.
At Giant Eagle, we're focused on quality, freshness, and all your favorites. Because meals bring us together. Because recipes keep traditions alive. Because the right ingredients make it or break it. Because being part of the neighborhood matters. Because what we pick up at the store is what we bring into our lives. At Giant Eagle, we're always going for better to bring you the best. Because it matters.
Do you have a passion for making a difference in the lives of others? Then join the team of direct support professionals at PMH FOS who empower individuals with intellectual disabilities, autism, and behavioral health needs to live successfully in the community. With a starting direct care wage rate up to $22.75 per hour and a sign-on bonus up to $5,000 available for full-time roles. No prior experience or degree is necessary, and we provide comprehensive training. Visit pmhfos.org to find your career and passion today.
Pirates trail 5-3 as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Cardinals will employ right-hander George Soriano.
2 down. Let's go. Soriano, 13 previous games. 4.38 is his ERA. 12 innings.
He delivers ball 1 to Nick Gonzalez. Nick 0 for 3 tonight, trying to extend that hitting streak to 10 games. He's never had a 10-game streak. He's glad that Palante is gone. He's 0 for 12 against Palante lifetime. Bouncing ball foul up third. Gonzalez against Soriano is 2 for 2. Pirates out hitting the Cardinals 7-5, but trail on the scoreboard 5-3. Horwitz, who's homered tonight, and then Griffin. Facing the right-hander, and his pitch. Swing and a miss. Late on 97, 1-2 on Nick Gonzalez. Soriano has not allowed an earned run to the Pirates in his career. The former Marlin, in more than 10 innings, earned the save in that improbable comeback win on Monday. Here's his 1-2, bounced foul. Romero went 2/3. The 2 runs that inherited runs that he allowed were charged to Stanek. The pitch, and that's outside 2-2 on the pinch hit by Nick York. Those are the first 2 inherited runners scored against Romero all season. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch to Gonzalez. Swinging a bouncing ball foul, got in on his hands with that sinker. Like you were talking about earlier, sometimes it moves in on a right-handed batter. It looked like that's what that did there.
There was no sink there. It just moved laterally, and really kind of hit him right in the thumbs.
2-2 again. Bounced foul again. This time with a change of pace.
That changeup looked like it had a little drop to it.
Two and 2 to the Pirates leadoff man Nick Gonzalez here in the 8th. 5-3 Cardinals. Soriano again 2-2. Swinging a ground ball this time. Fair. Hit the bag up third. And it'll go into left field. It's a base hit for Gonzalez. His hitting streak up to 10 games as Gonzalez singles to start the 8th inning.
How about that? Now that was a bullet that had no chance of hitting the bag. But on its first hop, slams into the bag and then it goes way high in the air and gets down the line for a hit.
Ozuna with the bases loaded. The previous Pirates hitter hit a ball that rolled up third base and somehow missed the bag, which would have yielded the Pirates a run. It's outside ball 1 to Horwitz. Baseball is a funny game. Horwitz homered to right center back in the 5th. Facing the righty, Soriano works from the third base side of the rubber. Gonzalez at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. And it's low, 2-0. Horwitz represents the tying run after Nick York came through with a 2-run pinch hit single. Batted for Lau against the lefty Romero. Soriano sets his 2-0. Horwitz sees it outside, 3-0. Soriano pretty homer prone too in his days with Miami. But so far this year been really good against lefty batters, the right-handed pitcher. Here's his set and the 3-0 pitch. Way inside, he hooked the fastball. And now the Pirates have the tying runs on. There's nobody out here in the 8th. And Connor Griffin is coming up. Nice to have that guy as your 8 hitter. Way different lineup this year. Griffin tonight has a base hit to right and walked. Billy Cook is going to come in and he'll run for Horwitz. Cook represents the tying run here and nobody out here in the 8th inning. Remember, Griffin homered last night. He homered out to right center. And
An impressive home run, too.
Hard line drive.
Yeah.
Neil Walker was in this booth last night, and he likened it to when McCutcheon started to hit that ball to right center as a right-handed batter in this ballpark. Here's the pitch. And a curveball low for ball one.
Yeah, Kutch, I don't know how many there was, but he hit a ton of home runs into those right center seats right there. Right in front of where the Miller Time Bar is now.
Mm-hmm.
He wore those seats out when he was in his prime.
The pitch. And there's a strike, a sinker over 1-1. Did that so much they had to pull a few rows out. 1-1 on Connor Griffin. Gonzalez is at second. Cook pinch running. He's the tying run at first. There's nobody out. Pirates down 5-3 in the eighth. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's late on that fastball at 97, 1-2. Even a productive out right here could really help matters. Soriano comes to the set. And the 1-2, Griffin chases a slider out of the zone and strikes out.
Hey, even just getting one run home would be productive. It's not the ninth inning, it's the eighth inning, so making it a one-run ball game makes if it stays like that to the bottom of the ninth, now that really changes that around. What you have to do there, so.
Yeah, I was hoping to see Griffin at least move the runners over, because then a deep enough fly ball gets you that one.
Yeah, you get the one. You get a runner at third, just one out. You kind of think yourself, oh, we'll get him home.
Or you get a two-out hit with two in scoring position.
And tie it up.
And you tie it up. Yeah. Well, as it is, it's first and second now with one out for Mangum, who will pinch hit for Bart. Mangum is a switch hitter. He'll bat left here against Soriano. Mangum has seen Soriano once and singled in his career. Gonzalez, the lead runner. Cook is the tying run. He is at first. They got the lefty Brule and the righty Fernandez getting up in the Cardinals' pen. It'll be Soriano for Mangum. Remember, Cruz is on deck. Third baseman Urias plays in even with the bag. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Pirates have the tying runs on here in the eighth. They were trailing 5-1 entering the seventh. Here's an 0-1. Mangum, another swing and a miss. That time on a changeup in the dirt. Two strikes.
Yeah, a couple of pitches out of the strike zone he's chased here. As you pointed out a few times, he's not an out when he swings at pitches out of the strike zone. He's a pretty good bad ball hitter.
Kind of just bails out and can drag that bat through the zone and lace a ball into the outfield. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball cued foul off the handle.
Example right there. That wasn't in the strike zone, but he got a piece of it, staying alive. He's going to make some contact.
First and second with one out now, and an 0-2 outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Laid off the changeup. Cruz is on deck. Mangum pinch hitting for Bart here. See if he can find a gap. Outfield a little bit shallow for him. Left fielder Church plays the line. For Mangum batting left. The pitch. Swinging a ball hit to the shortstop and knocked down by the Gold Glover. He recovers the throw late to first. Everybody is safe. That was a double play ball to Mason Wynn, and the Gold Glove shortstop can't get anybody out. Bases loaded.
Huge, huge play in this game right there. Ball came up a little bit on Wynn, got him in the heel of the glove. I think he scrambled, and with most guys, he's probably still got to play it first. But with Mangum, nope, too late.
And he's always running hard, and he has good speed. So the bases are loaded, one out. Cruz is coming up. And the Pirates trail by 2. Ollie Marmol will come out. I think that's Ollie, right? Or is that the pitching coach?
No, I don't think that's Marmol.
Okay, thank you. I took my eyes off.
I believe
no one wears the uniform anymore. I think
Dusty Blake.
It is Dusty
yeah.
Blake. Thank you.
That's kind of a cool night. You can have a coat on tonight.
Well, I wasn't looking where it came from. You always know where the manager's standing.
I know.
That top step.
Like right now, I'm looking down there. I can't tell.
Now he's talking with Daniel Descalso, his bench coach. So here's Cruz with the bases full. Cruz against Soriano. Soriano has struck him out 3 of the 4 times that he's faced in lifetime and retired him every time. So he's due. That also pushes Cook up to second. So a base hit with 1 out, perhaps with the outfield playing deeply, no doubles. Might score 2 here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss in front of the chain, strike 1. Cruz with 25 RBIs. That came in top 5 in the league entering play tonight. And he's got the bases loaded with the Pirates down 2 in the 8th inning. Need a big hit here with 1 out. Here's the 0-1. Cruz swings through it, 2 strikes.
2 changeups in a row, isn't it? First pitch was a changeup, right? Trying to catch him being a little aggressive, which maybe he was.
Don't come off that fastball.
What do they go with now?
Here's an 0-2 pitch. Down and in with another changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just missed the spot that time.
That changeup almost looked like it had a little sweep to it.
Yeah, it kind of hooked it. So 1-2 on Cruz. Gonzalez at third, Cook at second, Mangum at first. 1 out. Pirates down 5-3 in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer. High chopper on to second. Weatherholt comes to field, goes to second for 1. Relay. Cruz is safe. Ball trickles away. A run is in. It's 5-4. Cruz hurtling down the line to make sure he didn't get doubled up, and that counts the run.
Well, that would have been a miraculous double play to pull that one off. And Wynn tried his best, man. He's got that great arm, and
he really does.
He tried to make up for. He threw it so hard it just
might have gone through the glove.
Yeah, it went right through Burleson's glove, just about.
So Mangum is forced. It's a fielder's choice. RBI number 26 for Cruz. And that pushes Cook, the tying run, to third here with 2 outs for Nick York, who had a 2-run pinch hit single last inning. Facing George Soriano, the right-hander, delivers. And it's just off the plate away, ball 1. Cruz is a threat to run. He's stolen 10. And Weatherholt made a fine play just to get 1 out on that. Cardinals rookie second baseman from Mars. Here's the set by Soriano, the 1-0. And York, that might have been a strike. And it was caught a ball, and they're going to challenge it.
Catcher challenges the ball call.
And it looked from up here that it was in the zone. They got a better view on the computer. It was just high. And it's 2-0 on York, and the Cardinals are now out of challenges. York had a huge hit his last time up. Can he give the Pirates the lead? Here's the pitch. Swinging the ball fouled to right side. He got a fastball on 2-0. It's 2-1. A base hit here would score Cook from third. And Cruz with that good speed. Any 2-base hit would give the Pirates the lead here.
I'm surprised that Cruz hasn't taken a shot at second.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he's going to run now. The pitch is swung on, hit in the air to right, but right at Walker. And he'll grab it for the final out. Pirates inch closer, trail 5-4 through 8 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
For the guaranteed lowest prices on top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Purple, shop the home team. Levin, the latest and greatest sleep science, advanced cooling, pressure relief, or total body support. Better sleep begins in Levin. Plus, get free next day white glove delivery. And with the best financing options, there's a mattress to fit your budget. And only Levin will double the manufacturer's warranty, so you can buy with confidence at Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Pirates fans, listen up. Did you know you can save on tickets all season long with the Pittsburgh Pirates PNC Bank Visa debit card? Cardholders can enjoy discounted tickets for select home games. Visit pirates.com/PNC debit card for details.
Some stare at the horizon. Others chase it. Introducing Cheyenne, a Western fashion brand for women raised on wide open spaces, rushing wind, and a steady heartbeat. Guided by a timeless country spirit, Cheyenne offers Western wear and fashion pieces with a curated collection of performance boots and clothing fit for your next adventure. Cheyenne, available at Boot Barn stores nationwide and at Cheyenne.com. Cheyenne, raised this way.
5-4 Cardinals as we start the ninth, and we'll step out 10 for an ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Their bench as Henry Davis comes in to catch. He'll bat in the 9th spot where Mangum pinch hit. Billy Cook stays in the game to play left field. Reynolds will go from left field to right field. O'Hearn will go to first base. And on to pitch is Johan Ramirez.
A 2-1 record in a dozen games. 17 2/3 innings. He's given up only 4 earned runs. And he's been tough to get a hit off of. The opposition just 177 batting average against Ramirez. We're having a hard time deciding what ball we're going to use here. Ramirez has one he likes.
He's going to use a football. Interesting. York will play in at third for Victor Scott II. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. So if he can hold him, in the bottom of the ninth, it would be Reynolds, O'Hearn, and Ozuna. Pirates have no position players left, so whoever's in is in. Here's the 0-1. A swing and a foul back. 2 strikes on Scott. Homered yesterday, 0 for 2 tonight. 2 steals. Weatherholt, who has just crushed the Pirates in this series in his homecoming, and then Ivan Herrera. Here's an 0-2. Backdoor breaking ball just missed. Ramirez moved off the mound thinking it was strike 3. Davis will challenge. Pirates have their 2 challenges still remaining. And Davis was right. 1 out. Scott caught looking at the scoreboard. That's how it goes nowadays.
Yep, that's the way it is.
Everyone was looking.
Boy, Davis is pretty good at that, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Seldom misses.
He has really been impressive with his challenge calls so far.
When to do it and success.
Yeah, both. You got the good strategy.
Here's Weatherholt, and he sees a strike on a big breaker.
You got to know when it's important and when it's time to maybe take a little bit of a risk on a call.
Yeah, 2 challenges left in the 9th inning in front of this guy. Chance to retire the hitter? Sure. 1 strike on Weatherholt, and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. Opened up on that inside sweeper. 2 strikes on him. 1 for 4 tonight, and an RBI double back in the 3rd.
You got to be honest with yourself, too. You're thinking, okay, was that really a strike, or am I hoping?
Yeah. Do you want it to be?
I'll tell you
is
what,
it?
there's time too where maybe it was. Let's hope and take a shot at it.
Yeah.
You know, there's time for that too.
Sure.
You know, later in the game and game on the line.
3-2 bases loaded or something.
Yeah. Well, let's challenge that. See what happens.
Here's the pitch. Weatherholt takes way outside. 1-2. Wind is blowing out at the moment.
Wouldn't challenge that one.
No, that's way outside. The Cardinals have their closer, Riley O'Brien, warming. He's been pretty good this year. Hits it foul. Big swing. Came down to a knee to try to meet that breaking ball. Ramirez has one of the toughest breaking balls to hit for power since he joined the Pirates this last stint. Last year and this year combined, opponents on balls in play, or at bats ending, I should say, in the breaking ball. 198 is what they slug against it. Here's a swing and a liner into right, and there's a base hit on the breaking ball. Weatherholt will try for 2. Here's the throw in from Reynolds on target, and Weatherholt in just ahead of the throw. It's a 1-out double for Weatherholt, his second double tonight. Good throw from Reynolds, but just a little bit too late with that young base runner.
I tell you, he is having some kind of series here in his first time back in his hometown. Kind of rolled the dice there a little bit, don't you think?
Well, the Pirates are going to challenge whether Weatherholt was in ahead of this throw. And this call into review brought to you by Ring Central, voice of your business.
Reynolds, he was able to cut that ball off before it got to the warning track, which really shortened his throw by a bunch.
Reynolds, of course, the regular right fielder last year, knows how to play it out there.
I think we're just hoping, though, on this, from what I see on the replays.
Well, at this stage of the game, you might as well, because you can continue to ask for a crew chief review from the 8th inning on. We're in the 9th inning.
He does. His front foot does come off the bag. I mean, he's beat the throw, but I think his front foot comes off the bag just barely. And they might get him one of those technicality calls.
Yeah, Griffin smartly keeping the tag on the
whole time. Yeah, he just laid it on him and left it there. So if they get him for coming off the bag early, then perhaps it'll get overturned. But I don't know. We'll see.
Weatherholt and Griffin right now at the second base bag. They were separated by 2 selections in the 24 draft. Griffin chosen 9th, Weatherholt 7th. And the 2 meeting at second base currently during this replay review. Let's see where they are in 15 years, and I'm sure it'll be fun to think about this particular night in late April. Chilly, wet spring night in Pittsburgh where the 2 meeting up. Don't know if there's enough to overturn it. Let's find out.
After review, the call stands. Runner safe. Pittsburgh loses challenge.
Stands, that means that what? Other than the fact he's safe.
Nothing
not
conclusive either way.
Yeah, not confirmed. Just they couldn't tell. I guess they saw what we saw. It was close.
So here's Ivan Herrera. 2 for 3 tonight. A double and an RBI single. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Don't ignore Weatherholt. 4 steals, and here with 1 out. And a righty batter up. Might entertain the thought. Here's the set in an 0-1. And a swing and a bouncer off the plate up third, and it'll be a foul ball. York came to grab it. No balls to 2 strikes. Cruz and Griffin are the only Pirates still at their positions from when they started the game. An important 0 needing to be put up here by Johan Ramirez. He's allowed a 1-out double to Weatherholt. Herrera behind in the count, 0-2. Right-handed batter waits in the pitch. Way outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ramirez has been one of the best at limiting righty power in baseball. And by virtue of a lot of the extra innings that he's pitched, he's had more at-bats with runners in scoring position than any other Pirates pitcher. Opponents are 3 for 31 against him. There's a swing and a fly ball right to the shortstop, Griffin, right on the rim of the outfield grass. He'll make the catch for the second out. Now 3 for 32. Needs one more. And probably the best run producer on this team, Alec Berleson. And they don't even want to face him. That's a smart decision, I think. They'll intentionally walk him. He's already hit a 2-run opposite field home run tonight. Not that the next guy's all that comfortable, but.
Oh, yeah, but you got to make the move, though. Definitely got to, I think, make that decision. Plus, it gives you a force out at any base in case there's a, one of them tricky ground balls.
Maybe a ball that hits the bag at third.
Yeah, you don't know what it sometimes happens.
Jordan Walker sees his strike, but right on right, I just think Ramirez is tougher.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But there's a lot of little things also about making that move.
Yeah, that's a good point about the forces.
It can happen.
One strike in the pitch to Walker. A swing and a bouncing ball slowly hit foul up third. 2 strikes. Walker drove in 3 yesterday. Last time up had an RBI single. 1 for 4 tonight.
Especially on those balls up the middle. You see somebody dive for one. They can, even from laying down, kind of flip the ball to second base for the force out instead of having to get up and make the throw across the diamond.
5-4 Cardinals in the ninth. First and second. 2 outs, 2 strikes on big Jordan Walker. Playing the percentages. Ramirez a strike away from getting the Pirates to the ninth, down just a run. Reynolds, O'Hearn, and Ozuna due up in the bottom half. Here's his 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the big breaking ball. Walker fans, and Ramirez puts up a 0 in the top of the ninth. We'll go to the bottom half. The Pirates need a run. It's the Cardinals 5 and the Pirates 4 on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light. Last chance for the Pirates as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Cardinals 5 and the Pirates 4. And St. Louis will bring on their closer. It's the right-hander, Riley O'Brien.
O'Brien has 7 saves and 9 opportunities. 3-1 record, fine ERA of 1.26. Giving up just 2 earned runs so far this year.
And O'Brien grew up hearing grand tales of Pirates teams gone by from the 1950s from his granddad, who just passed away last June. Johnny O'Brien, he and his brother Eddie, remember the twins, the O'Brien twins of the 50s? Those of you that watched them, great athletes who would sometimes be position players, sometimes would be pitchers, depending on the year and what the Pirates needed in those thinner days. Terrific athletes from the Pacific Northwest who played for the Pirates. Well, Riley really deeply loved his granddad, Johnny, and would love those stories, but now trying to beat the Pirates here in the ninth. Brian O'Reynolds then O'Hearn and Ozuna against O'Brien. I didn't mean to say that. 1 strike on Reynolds here leading off the 9th inning. Oh, here's the pitch. And that's down and in, 1-1. Pirates need a run. Down 5-4. 0 for 3 tonight with a walk his last time around. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer, softly hit foul up first. 1-2 on Brian Reynolds.
Well, one thing that O'Brien has done, he makes you use the bat. He's only walked 1 hitter this year. Go with his 16 strikeouts. It's a pretty good ratio.
Gets a lot of ground balls. Here's his 1-2, way high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Didn't finish that slider, did he?
Took him a little while to get cemented as a big league pitcher. Last year, really, that breakout season. Here's the pitch. And a check swing. Think he went? No on the appeal. Well, maybe a break. 3-2 on Reynolds. O'Brien is 31 years old. Last year was his first long time in the big leagues. Full count on Reynolds. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Hit hard on the backhand. Weatherholt across his body throws a strike on to first. 1 out on another fine play by the Cardinals second baseman J.J. Weatherholt.
Yeah, not only can he hit, he can pick it. That's a nice job right there. And it jumps in the air, spins, and throws a perfect strike to first base with all that. After making that slick little backhand. He is having an excellent series.
He's never lost in this ballpark. The Pirates trying to change that tonight. Here's O'Hearn. Swinging a liner to third. Over the third baseman, Urias. Into left, a base hit for Ryan O'Hearn. Off Riley O'Brien. And the Pirates have the tying run at first here with 1 out. Marcell Ozuna is coming up.
I think that was maybe a cue shot off the end of the bat. Watching the replay, that was almost didn't have enough of the baseball there.
Could that have been one of those that hit the bat twice?
That's one of those that if it's one of those cut bats, that baseball probably has a smile in it.
Here's Ozuna in the pitch. Right there for a strike. Fired a fastball right down the middle. Ozuna batted with the bases loaded in the 7th. Hit a roller up third that did not hit the bag. And he was thrown out to end the Pirates' uprising in the 7th. Third baseman Urias plays the line here. No doubles. Here's the pitch. Strike again. He's seen 2 pass by him and hasn't swung the bat. It's 0-2. 1 for 4 night for Ozuna. He's the winning run. He socks one out of here. The Pirates win this game. Ball hit to the gaps. If it lands between 2, the Cardinals are playing very deeply. That could bring in that tying run. O'Hearn, not a fast runner. Pirates have no one left on their bench. Down a run, 5-4, bottom of the 9th inning, 1 out. 2 strikes on Ozuna. Riley O'Brien sets, and the righty delivers. Swing and a miss. Swings at a down and away sweeper. So his first offer is the 1 pitch out of the zone. 2 outs, and now it's all up to Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah. Nick's a pretty good RBI guy, but we're asking for an extra base hit here. Probably has to be to the notch, I would think. As deep as they're playing.
Might need 2 hits, and that's what they're playing for. The pitch is swung on, hit high in the air, deep to left field. Church back to the wall, and he leaps and makes the catch to end the game.
Oh, my goodness.
Church brought that in at the wall, and that's how it ends. If it had gotten out of here, the Pirates would have won the game. Gonzalez has not homered in this ballpark since June of 2024. He was that close to hitting a game-winning home run for the Pirates. And the Cardinals have won 3 straight here in this ballpark. They win by the thinnest of margins, 5-4 tonight.
That's kind of just the way things went. I mean, that ball was just inches from getting out of here.
We don't want to leave the air before we see a replay.
Yeah.
Church may have taken it over the fence. Yes, he did.
Yeah, that was going to be a home run.
That ball would have gone over the wall if no one was there. And part of the reason he's able to make that catch, they had that no doubles defense. The outfield plays deeply, and he was able to get set, time his leap perfectly, and make the catch. And Gonzalez that close to giving the Pirates the win. Instead, the Cardinals have won the first 3 games of the series. The final tonight at PNC Park. St. Louis 5, Pirates 4. Post game to follow here on the Pirates Radio Network.